My first guest tonight will be appearing this whole week at Zany's in Nashville and at the Hampton Beach Casino in New Hampshire, August 20th and 21st. It's a pleasure to welcome Jay Leno.
Jay, how are you?
Hello, David.
Good to see you.
Oh, what a terrific crowd, you know. You know, it's really true, David. Only 1% of the teenagers are bad. I think these are the good kids. These are the kids you don't read about.
No, that's
I think
right.
that's a terrific thing.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I just came in from California.
Yeah, you live in Los Angeles,
I
for
do,
people
yes,
who
I
don't
do.
know. Did you have a good trip in?
I did, I did.
Yeah.
Did you see that Nancy Reagan was in Beverly Hills last month? You read about that?
No, I didn't see
Where
that.
she was given the Humanitarian of the Year award. Yeah, I'm glad she beat out that conniving little snip Mother Teresa, huh? Yeah, it's good to see the right people win once in a while, huh? Looks like we may have a woman vice president. Pretty exciting. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty... You know, I'm amazed at the way the media is handling this, you know? I mean, they keep harping on the woman issue like it makes a difference, you know? I mean, you know ABC is going to do some kind of movie of the week out of this thing. Sure, she was vice president, but she was still a woman. You know, like I read a thing in USA Today. They did this. Have you ever read USA Today?
Sure, I see it. Sure.
This is like America's big... It's like America's biggest school newspaper, this thing. You know, I always feel like they should have like a think and do page on the back of this thing. They did a survey, and they were asking people if they thought the time was right for a woman vice president. I mean, like it makes any difference. I mean, what do they think is going to happen, huh? If she gets elected? They think Chernenko, the gigolo, is going to show up at the White House, huh? Big fedora, candy flowers. You know you are very beautiful, my dear. You know, like she's going to go, really? I guess I can show you some of the missiles. I guess it
Oh, so how was your flight?
Got a good flight.
Do you mind
Good
flying?
flight.
Do you like to fly?
I don't mind, but 5.5. I always get stuck in that middle seat, you know? I always get stuck between the screaming baby with diarrhea and the octogenarian with halitosis, you know? We look like the 3 ages of man winging through space there. The movie, the worst movie, Nadia. You seen this movie, Nadia? People were walking out. That's how bad this was. It's the story of Nadia Comaneci.
How old is that joke? People were walking out.
Not that old. Pretty new. Thank you very much. Hey, you get yourself a little something. Yeah, you get yourself a little something. Oh, this is fabulous. Look at that. Huh?
Better late than never. Gee,
Great. I didn't think they wrap wax fruit. That's fabulous. Have you seen Nadia? You know what it is?
I don't know any... Oh, it's a TV movie, isn't it?
They showed it on the... It's the story of Nadia Comaneci. This is why
A Romanian gymnast.
Oh,
Perfect 10, right?
Yeah, this is what I want to watch at 30,000 feet. Some commie on the side horse. Get out of here.
You're up in arms tonight.
You watch the Olympics? You've been following?
Yeah, I fell asleep last night, and I wanted to say, because I had money on this, it was the women's air rifle competition.
Oh, I missed that one. I like the Olympic Village.
Yeah.
I like the concept of Olympic Village. I mean, if you come from Switzerland or Germany, your idea of a village is some bucolic community up in the Alps. You know, these guys come to L.A. Village. They're in a 500-unit condo out in the valley. They're surrounded by SWAT police, you know. 2 hookers live upstairs, Van Halen blaring out of the speakers 24 hours a day. The refrigerator stocked with all those Olympic goodies, huh? Wonder Bread, Snickers, M&Ms, every kind of... Every kind of gooey, sticky, carcinogenic known to man there, you know. These athletes are going, I don't want any more treats. I want to go home.
You know, there was a part of the Olympians are staying all over the city, and there was one group staying at a residence at the University of Santa Barbara in Santa Barbara, and a security guard was walking up and down the halls. This was in the LA Times out there, and he noticed an odd smell. So he asked if he could come into the room, and these students from another, not students, but athletes from another country let the man in, and they had a hibachi going Snakes. Cooking up a little...
How old is that story, huh? Come on. You know something? I heard that one in Munich. I heard that one in Sarajevo. Come on, how old is that?
Okay, we're going to pause here. We'll be right back with Jay Leno, folks. Is it good?
Oh, fabulous. You know, I don't mind being late if it's good.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know, you don't mind the 15 minutes if they let it ripen just that little extra.
What were we talking about? Films?
Talking about movies?
Yeah, have you seen any?
Oh, Cannonball Run 2? What an epic work.
I haven't seen that.
Boy, this makes Stroker Race look like Citizen Kane, this movie. I saw Star Trek 3. You seen that?
No, I saw 2.
You like that? It's not bad. You have to be a fan. Are you a fan of those?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't want
know.
you to commit to anything controversial at this point. There are tricks to watching Star Trek, you know. I mean, if you're watching the show and in the first 5 minutes you see a crew member you don't recognize, you know they're dead by the next commercial. I just turn it on to see Scotty, the Scotch guy. Scotty's good. He's got 2 lines in every movie. He says the same thing every day. I can't get my power, sir. I got my power, look, engine. And see, if you watch the show regularly, you realize Scotty is the only guy who never gets any women on the show, you know? He's like Hoss on Bonanza, you know? His women always die of something. Romulan fever, Klingon crabs, you know, some bizarre strain of intergalactic venereal disease. That's why the guy's so hyper. Imagine Scotty alone with someone. I can't do it, go! I got my power! I don't use him. You know what I like? See, the best thing about it, whenever you watch a Star Trek, to make you believe whatever inane premise they're selling, they always give you 2 known premises to make you buy their stupid made-up premise. Like, Kirk will always say something like, I realize this crew is familiar with the writings of Plato, Socrates, and, of course, Cremus from Rigel 7. Well, certainly, I mean, you know Plato and Socrates, you have to know Cremus from Rigel 7. The 3 are synonymous, certainly. The guy that used to annoy me... The guy that used to annoy me was Dr. McCoy. What an irritable guy this guy is. What a hostile man to take on a 5-year mission. You know, I mean, Jim would say something like, a bone, did you hand me that can of ginger ale? Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a busboy. You know Dr. McCoy's real name? Do you know the actor's name?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
DeForest Kelly.
DeForest Kelly. DeForest! No wonder this guy is irritable all the time. I mean, it's bad enough your parents name you Forrest. Right here, I guarantee you're going to get beat up every day at school. But DeForest? What part of Brooklyn are these people from? And you know how cruel kids are when you have a funny name. Hey, DeForest, you want to come with us? We're going down to the store. Terrible. Really, terrible.
I notice you go to the fruit, so that must be time to segue on to something else.
If you'd like to speak, you may go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Now, first of all, just let me say that the next time you're on the show, you're going to have to do a little Elvis.
Next time we will do the Elvis show.
Just a little Elvis. I don't want
I
you
will
to
do a
do
little
like
Elvis next time.
Now, wait a minute. Don't let them talk you into something you don't want to do.
You know I'm not the kind of guy to let that happen to you. Next time we'll do some.
All right, we'll do a little. Now. Okay, now in Jay's defense, it's something worth seeing, and
We'll do it
everybody
next
here
time.
tonight will be contacted by a special courier. I'm sorry to do that to you.
All right. Those people are cooking snakes again.
Now, what have you been doing while you're on the road? You watch a lot of television these days?
Oh, go! Big TV season coming up. Norman Lear's got another one of his hard-hitting,
is that right?
socially relevant programs coming up. This was not bad. It's about a Cuban family that immigrates to Miami, a.k.a. Scarface. Have you heard of that?
I didn't know anything about that one.
One I watched the other night, Knight Rider.
That's an
Well,
NBC
here's a show that makes the Dukes of Hazzard look like the Encyclopedia Britannica, this thing. You see the one? This is the one I saw, was the one where Michael Knight was forced to do battle with his evil twin. You see, I knew it was his real twin, too, because this guy couldn't act either. Is this a problem in America, evil twins? Is this something that, I mean, has anybody ever gone to work, found out you've been fired because yesterday after you left, your evil twin came in and screwed up all the work you've done? Is that so stupid?
Oh. So now, Jay, it's come time for What's Your Beef?
What's my beef? You know what my beef is?
What's driving you crazy lately?
I'm walking around this city. I see David's cookies. I see Steve's ice cream. I see Bobby's muffins. Remember when we used to make steel in this country? Huh? Men with arms like beer barrels pounding steel, making airplanes, pounding steel, making cars. Now they stand around going, you want crushed walnuts on these? Any coffee achievers here tonight, huh? Hold on tight to those dreams. Coffee achievers. They show rock musicians drinking coffee. Come on. To rock musicians, coffee is merely a sedative at this point. Come on, let's be honest. You know, that seems to be the big thing now. They have corporate spokesmen. Like you've got Cliff Robertson for AT&T and
Sure.
Bill Cosby for Jell-O. Now, those ones are pretty good. Some of them do not lend themselves. Gee, I keep seeing this one. Here's Martha Raye, actress, denture wearer. I mean, is this what she considers her two greatest achievements in life? I mean, here's Carl Sagan, astronomer, philosopher, hemorrhoid sufferer, ladies and gentlemen. I saw one the other night for, am I pronouncing this right? Paco Rabanne, men's cologne?
I guess.
Is that right? And it's so stupid. They show this rather swarthy-looking Mediterranean guy lying in bed, and he's talking on the phone with a woman who's obviously spent the night there. Mm-hmm. You know, he's saying, well, do you know you steal all the covers? And they giggle and they laugh. And then the camera pulls back, and you see the guy's apartment. He's got a lot of hanging plants and a skylight there. He's got a fire going and a brick fireplace. And I'm watching this. I'm saying to myself, this is obviously some woman's idea of what a single man's apartment is supposed to look like. Because the apartment is dirty in the way women think of stuff as being dirty. Like, to most women, I think dirty is a shirt not hung up. See, to most men, kind of clean is piles of rotting underwear fermenting in the corner, you know? A piece of French bread that's been lying on the counter so long the formica has grown over it at this point.
All right, let's check the Jay Leno itinerary and see where he'll be going next.
Well, as you know, I'm in Nashville right now, right as we're speaking.
Yeah, that's right. Beginning the 16th, is that the night you open? All right.
And then I go to, with Laura Branigan, I'm going to be with up in New Hampshire.
Up in New Hampshire.
And that'll be at the Funny Pages in Louisville, or Louisville, as you say.
It's Louisville. It's not Louisville.
No, you have a severe diphthong.
No, well, only you would know.
That's right.
Anyway, if you have a chance to see Mr. Leno, certainly don't pass it up. Jay, nice to see you again.
Well, nice to see you, Dave.
Thank you very much for being here.
Can I offer you a piece of fruit?
No, maybe a little later. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We have to pause here. Okay, we have a good show. Jay Leno is a very, very funny young man, and he will be out here in just a second as soon as I introduce him. He is my first guest. He is a good friend of President Reagan. Also a very talented comedian. He will be appearing this weekend at the Carlton Backstage in Minneapolis. Please welcome Jay Leno.
See you. Good to see you, David. You have my magazine. magazine.
Yeah, we have your magazine here. Do you want to take a minute to clarify this? Good friend of President Reagan's?
No, what happened was the last time I was on the show, President Reagan had seen the show, and one of his staff called me to ask me about a joke. Now, if I took time out every time a head of state called me, good heavens, I wouldn't have. But you know that's true.
He really called?
No, he didn't call. Someone from the staff called me
but
about
he doesn't stay up this late, does he?
Not when you're on, but when I'm a guest, occasionally he does stay. He says I don't get a chance that often, but when you're on, I will.
Okay. Well, that's very nice. I have a copy here of something called Rider.
That's right.
Rider magazine. This is a motorcycle enthusiast's publication.
That's right. I'm in there. There's an interview with me.
All right, let's see. Yep,
You
here
know
it
what's
is.
funny, David?
Picture of Jay right on the inside there.
Yeah.
Nice drawing. Nice story, I guess.
I happened to see you in Playboy magazine. Did anybody see this? You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny while we're talking about magazines? You know, the people from Playboy called me, and they asked me to do an interview for Playboy, and rather than do my interview in Playboy, I did mine in Women Are Our Equals magazine. This is more...
Wait a minute.
Can you get a shot of it?
Who's on the cover there?
Well, let's see, there's Geraldine Ferrero, then there's a story on here in Margaret Mead. Here's an interview with Gloria Steinem. Now, let's see who's in your magazine,
Okay.
Dave. Muffy. Muffy doesn't like guys who are turn-offs. Muffy's favorite movies are Bambi and The L-Shaped Room. You know what's interesting? I picked up this copy of Playboy to read your interview.
Yeah.
And I realized at age 34, it's not that I'm too old for Playboy. It's just that Playboy is written for guys 18 to 25. I think once most guys hit 30, you tend to see through the tricks Playboy uses to keep men interested in the magazine. Like in the front of Playboy now, they have this thing where they have pictures of 4 or 5 playmates, and they ask each playmate a question. And of course, each woman answers in her own words. Like last month's question was, what kind of men do you like? Now here you have these incredibly attractive women who go out with anybody they want, and they always give some Playboy answer like, well, I like dumb guys with no money. So you know there's some 18-year-old locked in the latrine of the USS Kitty Hawk in the middle of the Mediterranean going, hey, I could go out with her. I'm going to write her a letter in crayon on paper bag. How about, let me ask you. How about the Penthouse letters? You ever read those?
Occasionally,
Now,
yeah.
Now, do you think the Penthouse letters are real?
No, I don't think they're real.
Anybody think the Penthouse letters are real? That's it. And there you go. See, the Penthouse letters are based on the assumption that any woman whose car breaks down on a deserted highway in the middle of the night is looking to have sex. Okay? And if you buy that, then the truck driver who stops to help her with a can of Ready Whip, this makes perfect sense, really. See, you know what I like? I like the Penthouse letters that are written by women. Because you know they're not written by women. You know some dork-brained guy wrote this letter. You know, your typical Penthouse is something like, Dear Penthouse, I'm an attractive woman, and then she gives her measurements, as most women do when writing a letter, huh? That's fairly common, isn't it? And should you have pouting breasts or supple buttocks, you want to put that in the letter as well, so people know a little bit more about you, the individual. You know. But you know what it is?
Your likes, dislikes, that sort of thing, sure.
But the great thing about it is they state the fantasy so matter-of-factly. You know, it's always like, again, from an alleged woman. It's always, Dear Penthouse, I'm an attractive woman who is an avid feminist and president of my local ERA chapter. Recently, my boss asked me to get him coffee. When I refused, he took me over his knee and gave me a sound spanking. Needless to say, I became his love slave. Needless to say. Now, I think any woman...
A plus B equals
any
C.
woman that's had office experience has been through this kind of thing.
We have an office full of love slaves upstairs.
Good. That's
Now, let me just ask you about just one little thing here in the article.
What are you going to ask
well,
me?
let's see. It's something talking about being on the road. Leno says, and every week, sometimes every day, I'm in a different city. But in each city, I always manage to meet a new group of motorcycle people.
Sure, I always meet bikers. I always go to hang around bike shops.
Bike shops.
That's right.
Now, motorcycle people, are these outlaws?
No, David. No, we all can't have friends at Studio 54 and this kind of thing.
I
call...
I've never even driven by the place.
These people are what you call my America.
What I usually do is go to whatever European bike shop is in town. Are there a lot of European bike shops?
There are many European bike shops in town.
That sell Beamers. What is a Beamer?
That would be a BMW.
A Beamer. That's cute.
You should learn some American slang. It could help.
A Moto Guzzi. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That's Moto Guzzi.
Yeah. What kind of a bike is that?
Huh? It's an Italian bike.
It's an Italian
bike.
bike.
What does it sound like?
I don't know. Lavertas?
Laverta, also an Italian bike.
Are these expensive, fast bikes?
Yes, expensive.
Do you own one of each of these?
I don't own any of those. No, I don't make the kind of money you do. I'm a working comic.
And Ducatis.
And Ducatis. I have one of those.
You have a Ducati.
Yes,
Tell me, is it a nice bike?
Nice bike. Why don't you come for a ride with me?
No, I'm not going to do that, Jay. No, I went for a ride with you once in your car.
This is something.
All right, we got to do a commercial there. No, we have to do a commercial.
See, you wasted time with that
I didn't waste time. No, this is the kind of thing people want to know, like that Beamer deal. That's cute. We'll pause here for a commercial. We'll be right back with our old friend Jay. Okay, we're back with Jay Leno, better known as the Beamer. Now, Jay, last time you were on, I said, when are you going to favor us with your Elvis impression? You used to do a... You used to do a great impression.
We've done a film.
We did a film.
We did a film. This is part of a kind of a Showtime cable thing. The name of the film is Viva Late Night.
Viva Late Night.
And in the film, I play a young Elvis character by the name of Billy Tupelo, who moves from a small rural southern town to a big rural southern town to try to raise enough money to help his daddy's farm. Now, we have a clip from the film.
You've actually completed filming.
Oh, yeah. This will be all over the country. This will be opening. It's called Viva Late Night, and I'm not sure what the clip is. You know, I do so many shows with these things. Can we run the clip? I think let's just run the clip.
This is
a scene where Elvis tries to get a job in a popular night spot.
This is going to be good.
Just take this and go to work. I gotta be very much, Miss Morello. I won't let you down. I promise. I'm going to do a real good job. Bernice! You get that out of me. Excuse me. Hey.
Hey, that busboy's kind of cute. I think I've seen him on Late Night.
Hey, busboy, my girlfriend says she's seen you on Late Night.
That's right, I'm on my program.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think Late Night stinks.
You know, my mama told me that in America, every man is entitled to his own opinion.
Yeah? In my opinion, David Letterman's a wimp.
You better watch him out. When Mr. Letterman, he helped pay for my daddy's farm.
I think the busboy's yellow. I think he's chicken.
He's a big yellow chicken.
It'll be opening nationally.
I owe you an apology. When you started talking about that, I thought for sure it was going to be something stupid.
Oh, no. Feature-length film.
Very nice job. Thank you very much. Now, that cost a lot of money, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, when you have an unlimited budget and you're working with people like Spielberg, it makes it a lot easier. We work with Cord Keller, a very popular young director, directed this film.
Now,
David, I found something else.
This
really made me
You
mad.
always travel.
Do you remember the last time I was on this program?
You travel with your TV guide.
Thank you, David. Do you remember the last time?
Are you in a hurry?
No. But you try to come in. You see, you've got to keep the pace going.
I know.
Do you remember the last time I was on the program? I talked about Knight Rider and the fact that they had an evil twin on the show.
That's right.
And then I saw Simon and Simon, and they had their evil twin. Tomorrow night, this is this week's TV guide. This is tomorrow night, Magnum P.I. premiere. Read this, please. Just read
Magnum P.I. Magnum in Love, a beautiful woman and her evil twin.
When is it going to stop? Has anyone anyone ever use this as an excuse? Huh? Honey, that wasn't me shacking up with that girl. That was my evil twin. You gotta believe. If I ever catch that guy, I'm gonna punch him in the nose, I tell you.
Doesn't come up much. Now, you're already sort of worked up. You want to get right to your beef?
Yeah, I got some beefs. You know, these subliminal ads that they see now. You see this one, for some kind of bran flake. You know what I'm talking about? They show this generic-looking yuppie couple walking through the market, you know. The husband says, "There's nothing different here." And then the wife gets like this Reverend Moon look on her face, you know. You know, suddenly they're being followed by this monolithic box of bran flakes. You hear that undercurrent of satanic music. Bran flakes! Bran flakes! People with sixes on their heads are eating this stuff in unison there. What, are they putting some kind of hallucinogenic in this? No, it's a frightening thing.
Yeah, it's ugly.
And then when they use fear, like these American Express ads, these are very embarrassing. They show these noodle-brain Americans traveling around the world, constantly annoying people from other lands, and then suddenly these toad heads lose their travelers. And for some odd reason, they never seem to lose their checks in any reasonably civilized country, you know? They're always stranded on the Iranian-Iraqi border somewhere, you know? And Khomeini's banging on the door there. A bunch of slave traders are touching this guy's wife all over the place, you know? This guy's thinking, if I had those checks, I could buy her back right now. What a tough break for me.
We have just enough time, I believe, for you to tell us where you're going to be now.
Ooh, well, tomorrow night I'll be in Illinois at Lake Forest College. Mm-hmm. And then I go to Minneapolis, as you said.
What are you doing in Minneapolis?
Carlton Backstage.
Is that a nice place?
That's a good town. I like Minneapolis.
Minneapolis is a fine city. You know...
Something real and embarrassing happened to me there.
What happened?
This is absolutely true. I went into this bookstore that was also a dirty bookstore. So I was buying a copy of Ryder. Let me explain real quick. I'm standing there, I said, well, let me go look at a copy of Wrestling Mud Magazine, whatever it is. I'm standing there. Behind me, Ed Bradley from 60 Minutes was filming in that bookstore. You remember the porno one? I went, ah! That's absolutely true. But anyway, and then I go to...
Well, when will that be on so we can look forward to...
It was on already. You can see the back of my jacket. It was on already.
You should put that in your resume, an appearance on 60 Minutes.
And I was on 60 Minutes. Then next weekend, we go to Rascals, and then the Comedy Works, where you saw that ad where my name was...
Comedy Works is where?
In Philly.
In Philly. Well...
And Rascals is in New Jersey.
If you're near any of these places, you're silly if you don't make an effort to go see Jay. Very nice to see you again,
thank you,
Jay.
David.
We got to go here for station identification. We'll be right back. Okay, let's get our first guest out here. He is an international comedy sensation. He will be appearing this Sunday in Montreal, Canada at the Club Soda. Please welcome Jay Leno.
A couple of swells coming through Chicago there.
You know, Jay, that entrance almost took longer than giving away the riding mower.
What are you talking about? I drove all the way from L.A. I left Monday.
Now, that's a pretty impressive piece of...
That is an impressive.
Now,
They don't come more impressive.
Is that a Japanese bicycle? Motorcycle?
Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese. Japanese makes single-track vehicles. Harley Davidson makes motorcycles. Is that right? Have I got it? That's made in America. Carved from a block of solid steel she is. Men with arms like beer barrels, pounding out pistons the size of manhole covers. That's made in Milwaukee, where the men are men and the women are glad of it. Sorry, Bob. Don't find any Japanese plastic on that, baby.
No.
Listen, I brought you something here. Now,
oh, good, a gift.
no, whenever I come on the show, you always make fun of the guys I ride with, the late-nighters.
Uh-huh.
So the guy said, gee, Mr. Letterman, whenever you come on, Mr. Letterman always makes fun of us. He teases us about...
Your motorcycle buddies.
Yeah, so they got you a little something. They asked me to give it to you.
All right, I'll open it later.
No, open it now. You want to see it. Take a look, take a look.
Open it now?
I think you'll enjoy it. I promised the guys you'd look at it on the air.
Well, you did. Well, it's a lovely...
Well, see, it's a necklace, but it's made out of human teeth. Each one of my biker friends... See, each guy gave a tooth.
It's very thoughtful.
And I thought that was nice, really.
Very nice.
They wouldn't do that for Merv.
No.
And I thought that was a nice touch, you know.
Now, did you rode all the way from L.A.? Is this true? You didn't ride all the way here from L.A.,
I rode
did you?
from L.A. That bike
Did you come by yourself?
Well, sort of. I brought that in to go for the big bike show this weekend.
Oh, the big bike show.
Out at you're gonna go, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be
Nassau
there.
Coliseum.
I'll be there.
Sure, you'll be out
I'll be
there. You're a
there.
big motorcycle guy. Plus, I brought copy of TV Guide, as I always do.
Bikers carry TV Guide with
We
them.
do carry TV
Yeah.
Guide. You know that this is the most widely read magazine in America? When did this happen? I think it happened the same day ketchup became a vegetable in this country. See, you might remember, this is an issue from about 2 weeks ago. This is the Christmas issue, and I brought this for a reason. Because Christmas is the time of year when all the Hollywood scriptwriters, they put away their evil twin stories. They put away their what if Magnum gets amnesia stories. And they really write some creative stuff. I mean, they really do some interesting... Now, this is the actual TV Guys list. You can see I have them circled here. Family Ties. A Christmas Carol. This episode features Alex as the Keaton Scrooge, whose glimpse in the future reveals how he's lost the spirit of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
WKRP in Cincinnati. A fantasy episode with station staffers portraying the ghosts of Christmas past to Carlson's Scrooge-like persona. Odd Couple. Parody of A Christmas Carol finds a dreaming Oscar haunted by the ghost of Felix Unger. Alice, the ghost of a partner past, gives Mel the Dickens for firing his waitress. Why can't they write something original? Why can't they write something new? You know? I mean, did you like a nice Christmas story like that? Did you see that awful movie that was out, Silent Night, Deadly Night?
No, I didn't see
Did you see that? About a Santa Claus that murders people? In fact, those same people have got a new movie coming out this Thanksgiving. It's called Turkey. Now it's his turn to do the carving. You know, it's the same sort of a thing. Just terrible
It
stuff.
doesn't seem like it's worth the effort, does it?
Have you watched many of the new shows?
I don't know.
Is any of the new stuff?
I don't think so.
That's a good non-committal answer. Let's see. Here's one of my favorites, this new game show, Anything for Money. Have you seen this?
I've seen some of that. Fred Travelina, the host?
What they do on this show is they try to find people with severe economic problems, and they offer them the choice between human dignity and small financial gain.
Yeah.
This is the kind of program Chernenko likes to show the Russian people as examples of what life in America must be like. Watch capitalist pig jump in cesspool for $100. Oh, here's another one. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. You like it?
That's a piece of work.
This is like Karl Marx's worst nightmare come true, this program. Eh? It's like capitalism gone berserk. This. See, my thing is, why do rich people even go on this program? I mean, all this show is essentially is a video gift catalog for criminals. You know? I mean, they sit home with their VCR, play the tape back video. I want to see Cher's secret wall safe again. Now, according to some of the new shows, are having a little bit of trouble. Finders of Lost Loves and ABC not doing well.
No, I didn't know that.
Gee, it's hard to believe. It's so realistic, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. You can't get the FBI to set up a hotline for runaway kids in this country, but you want to find that girl that puked in your car in college? We'll get a squad car right out there. Here's a new one on NBC, Spencer. Anybody seen that with Chad Lowe? Is that the name of it?
I haven't seen that.
It says here, it's the adventures of a wisecracking teenager.
Oh.
That's something we don't get enough of in this country.
Kind of a shortage on wisecracking teenagers, yeah.
About a polite teenager. Boy,
Yeah.
there's science fiction for you. What else have we got here?
Okay, listen, while you're thumbing through that, we got to pause here for station identification. We'll be right back.
I
though.
guess it'll be all
Just relax.
We'll be back.
Roger Ebert will be joining us in a few minutes, and tomorrow on this program, Robert Klein will be here, and the Reagan gift shop owner, Mae McClarnon, will be joining us. Also, comedian Emo Phillips. Have you seen, you know who Emo is?
Yeah, Emo's good. I like Emo.
A little peculiar, isn't he?
Strange, but funny.
Now, you have your TV guide.
I always have my TV guide.
You always have your TV guide. You watch plenty of TV.
Well, you have to, really, David. But I'm not, I work with the people at MIT in genetic engineering and whatnot, and I enjoy doing this a lot. There are a lot of good shows. Matt Houston, there's a good one, huh? Here you go, about a millionaire that does detective work on the side. Yeah, I know, if I became a millionaire, first thing I'd do is try to nail down some second job, huh? Preferably one where I could get shot in the face. See, I don't like these fantasy shows. I like your fascist programs, your pre-Miranda shows, Shows like Hawaii Five-0.
Pre-Miranda?
Yeah, you know, book them down. Oh, hey, what about my rights, McGarrett? Rights? The Constitution's 3,000 miles away. You're not in America now, pal. This is Hawaii. Get him out of here. Slap his parents around, too. That'll teach him a lesson. None of this Bill of Rights crapola for McGarrett. See, I always wonder, who writes the synopsis of the shows and TV guide? Do you think they ever watch the show?
Sure.
Here's an actual this is an actual TV listing, all right? It's HBO movie, Unmarried Woman, the story of a divorced woman's struggle for respect and equality, starring Alan Bates. You think this guy knows what the movie is about? You think he saw this?
Anything else there?
Any other shows?
Yeah.
Oh, we got plenty, David. We got all kinds of stuff. See, the thing about watching TV is you do learn things. Like I did a prison show once. I did a show at Terminal Island for some criminals. Shows you what kind of agency I'm with. And I found criminals in real life do not laugh the way criminals laugh on television. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You ever see the way criminals laugh on television? They always laugh in descending order of the head criminal. They do this on the A-Team, on Magnum. For example, I'll give you an example. The Untouchables was a big one for this. They'd always have that one scene where Frank Nitti would say something like, "By this time tomorrow, Elliot Ness will be dead." So it's kind of a strange thing that way.
How about New Year's resolutions? You make any of those?
No, I'm still looking back fondly at the past year, David. We had some interesting things. But one of the most unusual, I thought, last month, Charles Manson was injured. Did you read about this? When a fellow inmate threw gasoline on him during a religious argument. There's a couple of major theologians for you, huh? Gee, I wonder what part of the scriptures they are having trouble with when one threw gasoline in the other one's face and set it on fire. You still think it's Matthew 10?
Now, Jay, we're getting down to the portion of the evening where you tell us what your beefs are.
My beef? What's eating me? What's riding me? What's needling me? I don't know. I see this. Why do New York merchants, I don't know, I guess they do this in other parts of the country, but it's very prevalent here. Why do they always feel they have to claim some sort of mental instability to help them sell products? This is real big with used cars people, stereo salesmen. We must be nuts. We must be crazy. Our prices are insane. Now, what am I supposed to think? Hey, this guy's mentally retarded. Let's take advantage of it. Have you bought any of the new Time Life books?
No.
Ooh, the Great Gunfighters, World War II, the Hitler Era. This is all part of the new Time Life Atrocities series. My favorite one is the Great Gunfighters. Read about John Wesley Hardin. So mean he once shot a man just for snoring. I mean, is this really responsible journalism on the part of I mean, what are they going to write about in the 1980s 100 years from now? Read about John Hinckley Jr., an hombre so ornery once shot a president just so he could meet a pretty gal.
Okay. You're going to be, well, I think I lost your card.
I'm going up to the Club Soda.
You're going to be at the Club Soda. Is this a real place, Jay?
This is a great... Do you know the Club Soda in Montreal? See, I guess you work pretty much just in America, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty
Being
much...
an international entertainer, of course, I have to travel all over the world.
Borders mean nothing to
But
you.
this is a fabulous place.
Well, I'm sure it is, and I'm sure that the folks up there will...
70 cents on a dollar, it'll be great.
Yeah.
No, it'll be a lot of fun. No, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll be driving the bike up. That's why I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You set this whole thing up hoping they'd give you the bike,
I
didn't
did
you?
not do that at all.
All
I
right.
drove. Don't you want to know where I'm
The
going to be
Club
after
Soda.
that?
No, I do, but we don't
I
have
just
time.
happen to
Tell me
have-
in my dressing room.
I'm going to be on my southern swing. Look at this. I'm going to be in
Southern
Laughing
swing.
Stock in Columbus, Georgia, and then Augusta, Georgia, and
Okay.
then Charleston, and then Raleigh. That's why.
You have the bike. All
Well,
right.
apparently, you don't want to hear.
No, I do want to hear, but we're awfully late. Thanks
I
for
could
being
make it
here
worth
again,
your
Jay.
while.
No, we have to go. We'll be back with Roger Ebert. Good dog. All right, stay right there. All right. It's always a pleasure to welcome my first guest to this program. He's appearing all this week in Boston, Massachusetts at Nick's Comedy Stop and will be in concert next Friday at the Park West in Chicago. Please say hello to comedian Jay Leno. Jay, how are you?
Hi, David.
Nice to see you.
Hi, big guy. I brought a little something for you, Dave. The
TV
You
Guide.
got
I
the
got
same
one right
issue?
here, sure, yeah.
David, what is the one thing I'm against? Huh? Evil twinism in television? Comedy time. Now, you've heard me. I've spoken this before. Now, I'm not making this up. This is the Grapevine, the Spicy Insider section. Read that about the new show from the producers of Falcon Crest and Knots Landing. Just read that part about the two women.
It's called The Covenant. It is about twin sisters, one blonde and good, the other brunette and bad.
Get out of here! Well, I'm glad the writer's strike is over. Can you imagine what the A-Team would be like without writers, huh? Oh, just a bunch of car crashes and senseless violence. Terrible it would be, certainly. Here's one on Friday, Street Hawk. Have you seen
No,
that?
I haven't seen Street Hawk yet.
boy.
Well, you'd probably like that, wouldn't you?
This is about a motorcycle that hires a human companion to fill in dialogue between car crashes. You know why I don't like Street Hawk? It's a guy with a little wing Honda. It's supposed to go 300 miles an hour. See, now, when I drive my Harley, people stop me and they go, oh, gee, is that like the bike on Street Hawk? No, but this is like the Magnum on Dirty Harry. Get out of here. It is annoying.
Now, you ride a Harley because they give you those nice T-shirts, I would
they
guess.
don't. Do you like this T-shirt? Would you like one of these?
Oh, yeah.
I can
I'm dying to have
pull
one
a
of
few
those.
strings to get you one of those. Sure, I can. There's one show I find the most embarrassing show. It was on last Thursday night, the People's Choice Awards. I don't know who these people are. Let's find them and take the freedom of choice away from them. Actually, they did one good thing. They picked as best sitcom. They picked The Cosby Show as the best, which is the best sitcom. This is, actually, The Cosby Show has been great to comedians, but because before Cosby got the show, the networks weren't interested in using comedians in sitcoms. Now that he's proved it successful, suddenly they're coming to guys like me, like ABC. I'm reading for this show for them, and in it, I play a black middle-aged doctor with 5 kids.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's similar. It's kind of a spin-off thing, but I should be in it. Now, there's a story in here on Q ratings. Are you familiar with that?
Well, not specifically. Generally, I know what they are.
What the Q rating is everybody supposedly in Hollywood has a rating based on their recognizability. It has nothing to do with talent or ability, just recognizability. That's all it is. And they try to put sitcoms together based on the recognizability of stars.
People that Americans know from
Right,
whatever.
like according to the latest Q rating survey, a hit sitcom would star Prince, Clara Peller, and Bernard Getz is the wacky neighbor.
The wacky neighbor.
Yeah, the wacky neighbor.
Yeah, the wacky neighbor.
Here's one, Miami Vice. Do you like that? That's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, I mean, come on. The guys drive Ferrari, they wear designer clothes. This is one of the few instances on television where the police actually earn more money than the cocaine dealers, apparently.
Anything else there in the TV game?
No, there's not much.
You have any other interests besides watching
You know what I
television?
did the other night? I know this is the yuppie thing to do. I thought I would try it. I played this Trivial Pursuit game. You ever play this?
Yeah, I played it.
Now, do you like it?
Well...
You see, that's exactly my... You see, I feel guilty playing it. Because what you have here are a bunch of useless facts masquerading as knowledge.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, the 80s are really the only time a game like Trivial Pursuit could even be popular. I mean, you go back 100 years, Thomas Edison, the guy would sit around in the dark to try to dream up the light bulb. George Washington Carver, I mean, the man was, how do you get more crops from one tiny seed? Now you got this vast pool of college-educated people. They sit around at night going, okay, what was Goober's middle name? You know, it's stupid. It's terrible.
What was his middle name, just for future reference?
I don't know what Goober's middle name is. I don't know.
What about world affairs? Anything in
world
politics
politics.
catch your fancy this...
Well, now that I guess the CIA is all upset about this Nicaraguan manual thing, you know. I mean, they're trying to figure out how they got caught. It's so easy to see how these guys got caught. Have you seen the manual, the whole back page about the author? You know, there's a guy in a tweed jacket, leather patch, he's got his foot on a case of dynamite. Of course they're going to get caught. Now they got this new thing. They want to put a qualified teacher into space
Yeah.
on the space shuttle. You know, we don't have enough qualified teachers on Earth as it is. Why don't we keep the qualified teachers here, send some of these crummy teachers into space? I got a couple of sharp teachers. I wouldn't mind orbiting the planet.
Okay. We'll check on the paperwork for that. We have to take a pause here. We'll be right back with Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. Joe, the dog, during the commercial, took the opportunity, like many of our guests, to chew his tail.
You know what's interesting? I feel sorry for these animals. Like
Oh, no, this is a great
they
dog.
have these
He's in good
products
shape.
like Gaines burgers. Have you
Yeah.
seen this? This is a dog food shaped like a burger. Now, what is this supposed to save the dog the trouble of actually forming the patty himself?
So, now, where have you been? Where are you going to? What's,
Where have I been? I was in Florida recently. I was down there at Daytona for Motorcycle Week. They had Harley Week down there. You know what's great? They have this...
Do you have a franchise, a dealership?
No,
or
I
something?
don't.
But every time you're on, you have a bike on, you have a shirt on, you
I
mention...
like motorcycles.
It seems like you like one more than others, though.
Oh, that's not true. I have a lot of different...
All right, so you're down there for Bike Week.
They have
Was
a
this-
bike week.
Was
and
this your honeymoon?
No, this is not my honeymoon. They have a guy down there. They have a guy down there named Big Daddy Rat who runs this place called the Rat Hole.
Oh, yeah.
And every year they have a contest where they elect Miss Rat Hole. They have their... I'm serious. And I was watching the contest this year, and I'm saying to myself, this is an easy job. Because what could this woman possibly do to bring shame and dishonor to the title of Miss Rat Hole? What could you do? Maybe assassinate the president, become an Amway distributor? There's nothing you can do there. And you went to an auto show, you were telling me, right? Is that right, the other day?
Yeah, we went to the New York City Auto Show.
I was in Atlanta, and they had an auto show down there, and they were advertising the radio. Come to the auto show and see the Tom Selleck look-alike.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say to a Tom Selleck look-alike? You know, it's like, gee, you know, you look a lot like Tom Selleck. I mean, I couldn't go. I found a guy like me. I sent him down. He looked a lot like
And so you're still riding with the pagans, is that right?
No, I'm not. No, another remark, Dave, and your house may not be there tomorrow.
Now tell me about your, as always, Jay, I'm sure you came fully prepared,
What's
fully
my
armed.
beef?
What's
What's
your
needling
beef?
me? What's riding me?
Yeah, what's under your
These
skin?
TV personalities. I'm sorry, these spokesmen for these products. You seen this guy, Chris Roberts for Vicks? Huh? I'm not a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Although I play one on TV. Not a doctor. Hey, pal, I seen your show. You're not even an actor. Get out of here. Then there's more wonderful folks down there at 7-Eleven. You seen their ad? They show the guy getting up, driving to work. On his way to work, has his first hot cup of coffee at 7-Eleven. What a terrific home life this guy must have. You know, you go to any other store, they have a sign, have a nice day, come again soon, thanks for shopping here. 7-Eleven's got that little sticker, put it back, thief. When you walk in, they got $10,000 worth of cameras watching $20 worth of Twinkies. And they always say they care about people. Give me an idea how much they care. You ever go into 7-Eleven, they have their handicap parking across the street. Actually, this is the best time to go to a 7-Eleven. Anytime after midnight. Then it becomes like a Fellini casting call in this place, you know? All sorts of trolls and mutants wandering through the aisles. People with no birth records of any kind, you know? They always have some sort of a druid slumped over the register there. And there's always that nest of junkies festering in the cookie aisle. You ever shine a light down a cookie aisle at 7-Eleven after midnight? It's like, they all scatter there. All the Malamars broken into. Saw a 5-pound bag of sugar sucked dry in there one night. I tell you, you know, you walk down the aisle and they got contraceptive foam on the same shelf as Cheese Whiz. What do you want, honey? You want to make love? You want a cracker? What do you want? How can you name something Whiz and expect people to buy it? You know, if I pick up a product and I see Whiz on the label, I'm going to read those ingredients very carefully. Exactly how much Whiz is in there. It's terrible.
Jay Leno will will be in Boston this week at Nick's Comedy Stop. Yes,
I
sir.
mentioned that we added 2 extra shows.
No,
on
2 extra
Sunday.
shows at
2 extra
Nick's
shows on
Comedy
Sunday.
Stop, Comedy Shop. Stop.
You know what,
Comedy
David,
Stop
the
in
writers, since they were off last
We got to
week-
go, Jay.
I know, but they asked me to read this. The writers,
Oh,
they
okay.
had some time off. They asked me to read this.
better be good.
They
We're
had
running
nothing
out of
to write,
time.
and they said, Jay, I guess you're going to be at the Park West at 29th, and then probably Clearwater, Florida on the 31st. You'll like this place, Kisses. And then the
Kisses?
next
We're in a
day,
place called Kisses?
And the next day, I go to Cheek to Cheek.
Oh, my
And then
God.
next day, I go to DeKalb, Illinois, to the Egyptian Theater.
It sounds like you're an adagio
And then I go to your hometown. I go to Crackers in
All
Indianapolis.
right. Well, nice to see you.
Well, nice to see you, Dave. Thanks for having me
being
on.
here. Oh, we
So
got to
long,
go away
fella.
here for station
that?
identification. We'll be right back. My first guest tonight, we're terribly happy to have him back on the show as often as he wants to be here. He's an extremely funny man. He can be seen on this network this Monday night. Circle those TV guides on the Bloopers and Practical Jokes show. You can also see him in person tomorrow night at a place called the Chase House in Salem, Massachusetts. Please welcome Mr. Comedy, Jay Leno. Nice to see you. You look terrific. Now,
know,
that is a...
you like this?
That's a stunning looking outfit.
You know, I buy this Miami Vice stuff, then the thing probably get canceled. You know? I think it's a...
It looks good, though.
Yeah,
Looks
you
good.
know, I don't have my TV guide tonight.
That's right. What happened to your TV
Because
guide?
I've been watching Entertainment Tonight. You like that one, David?
Entertainment Tonight is a
Oh, boy.
fine program.
I like Barbara Howard with those hard-hitting celebrity questions. Huh? Your Jaguar's in the shop being fixed. You're forced to drive a rental. What's that like for you? Actually, the one that annoys me, David, this lifestyles of the rich and famous. This is, you know, hey, all right. The first year, it was okay. They had rich people. You know, they had Hefner and Getty and famous people. Was it the third year? There are not that many famous people around anymore. Last week, they're at the home of Marshall Thompson. Huh?
Don't know him.
Who you all remember as the doctor on Ductari.
Well, I bet in his own way he was interesting.
Yes, he was kind of interesting in his own way.
Well, now, what do you like on TV? I know you always come on and complain about things. Are there shows,
complain.
anything you like on TV?
Big fan of the news. In fact, 2 nights ago, I was watching that guy
Big
Schrader.
fan of the news? Is that what you
Yes,
said?
I enjoy the news.
News, yeah.
Yes, I do. I was watching Schrader on a fishing trip. You know the guy with the portable?
William Schrader, yeah.
Is this the most unbelievable thing? I mean, this portable heart machine. Is this unbelievable? And of course, the Japanese, right on top of the situation, huh? You seen that? They just come out with a new Sony Heartman. Have you seen that? Little kind of designer thing. Comes in a pouch.
Oh, no.
You know-
Comes in a pouch?
Comes in a pouch. You know, see, the amazing thing to me about these portable heart machines is that they run on batteries, yet no one has come up with any new technology on how to change batteries. You know, anytime you got anything with batteries, you got that plastic door with the 4 springs. You got to line those batteries up just
Yeah.
right. You know, you're wearing one of these portable heart machines. I figure you got maybe a good 10 seconds to change it. You pop that door and that battery rolls under the bed.
Oh, God.
And you know the Duracell people are going to have a field day with this. You'll see TV commercials, 2 heart patients. One guy's got the Duracell machine. Oh, he's making love, this guy. What's the matter, Bob? Didn't use Duracell?
Oh, goodness. Oh, my. I didn't realize you were a fan of the news.
Yes, I
Did
am.
you write them letters and stuff?
No, I don't
You have a
write them
favorite
letters.
anchor man?
Huh?
You
No,
have
I'm
a
not a
favorite anchor?
psychotic. I don't write anything. I have a notebook, all women are unclean, and then I mail this out. No, I watch the news for information.
Well, you said you were a big fan of the news. You made it sound like you may be a little... Are you in a club?
No, I don't have a clue.
So you're going up to Massachusetts.
Going up to Massachusetts.
Your parents are still in the Boston area,
I'm going to
right?
stay with my folks. You know, see, my mother thinks because I'm on this program that I have some tenuous connection with show business. You know, my mother thinks because I do this show pretty regularly that I know everybody in show business. You know, I was watching again the news, a couple of weeks ago.
You're a big fan of the news,
big
aren't you?
fan of the news. And they had that story on about Elizabeth Taylor. Remember, she was supposed to marry that guy, and she broke
man
up.
from New York. I forget
Right, I'm
his
watching it in L.A. My mom's in Boston. The news isn't over 10 minutes. My mom calls from Boston. Oh, what do you know about this thing with Elizabeth Taylor? Yeah, she's on the other line, Ma. She's crying her eyes out. Can I get back to you in a minute? You know, there's something that happens to moms. I don't know what it is. I think all moms start out hip or something, but no, you know, it's like, this is true. I got in last night. I'm in New York, my mom's in Boston.
Right.
I call my mom, we talk for a little bit, you know, I says, okay, Mom, I'll call you tomorrow night, I gotta meet some friends, we're gonna have dinner, it's 8 o'clock. She goes, what time is it in New York? I said, it's 8 o'clock, Ma. 8 o'clock? I said, yeah, 8 o'clock. Why, what time is it in Boston? She says, well, here it's 3 minutes to 8. I guess with the time difference. So there's no time. But you have real moms.
I met your mom. She was very nice.
You did meet my mom.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
A few years back.
See, I have the old... See, that's the nice thing about the East. Here you get the old ethnic round Pepperidge Farm mom. You know what I'm saying? You know? And no, in California, the moms smoke dope and wear halter tops. It's true, you got grandmothers in L.A. with names like Bambi and Muffin. You know, you got that real kind of throw a hook kind of mom.
No.
Well, that's what I like. Now, were your parents very strict when you were?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Now,
much,
who's worse, generally, mother or father?
I always had more trouble with Mom.
Mom is much worse. Yeah, Mom. You know, you do something wrong, Dad hit you once or twice, leave in disgust. He's so fed up. See, moms will come in, hit you, leave for 10 minutes, think about it, get even madder, come back, start hitting you again. But, you know, dads always like to pontificate. You know, dads love to explain how this one isolated incident will keep you out of college years from now. Where moms... You ever get that where your mom just starts hitting you? You know, it's like, what I do? You know what you did. What I do? You know what you did. Then you start naming stuff she doesn't even know about. Now, did your mom, you ever use the mom silent treatment?
Wait a minute, let's save this because we have to do a commercial. We'll save it. We'll do a commercial, and then we'll be back. Now, is your mom a big fan of the news? Your folks fans of the news?
Well, you got a commercial to do, Dave.
We'll be right back with Jay Leno. Sound mighty good. Thank you, gentlemen. We're back with Jay Leno. You'll be able to see Jay on the Bloopers and Practical Jokes program on Monday night.
Now, I do want to thank the originators, both John Blooper and Bill Practical Joke.
Are you in the Bloopers or Practical Joke segment, Jay?
Well,
Has that been ironed out yet?
No. This will all be ironed out on Monday.
And what will you be doing?
I'll be doing some humorous films.
Oh, humorous films. That'll be nice.
Yes, some things I put together.
Yeah.
And then they'll air Monday, so it'll be fun.
Okay. Any word on the news club?
The news club? No, but you will be kept informed.
Okay. Now we're done with your mom.
Well, apparently so.
All right. Now I know you're on the road. You're probably the hardest working.
On the road. You know, I was at now. See, I know that. Do they have these restaurants here? I was down south last week. Big Boy restaurants. No, they have them in Indianapolis.
They have them all over
you ever been
the.
A Big Boy? I thought it was a gay place. I go in there, I order a hamburger, right? The hamburger comes, got a bun, it's got the meat in the middle, it's got the bun on the top. On the top bun, it's got a pickle with a toothpick through it on top of the bun.
Right.
I'm looking at that, I say to myself, they can't even assemble it correctly. Plus, they got the worst logo, that big fat kid out in the yard there.
You bear a striking resemblance to the guy.
There's another heart attack waiting to happen. Why don't you put Jack LaLanne in front of the building you want people to win, not some walking ad for cholesterol? Plus, it's a fire hazard. People trying to get out of the building, there's two big buttocks blocking the doorway.
I heard your boy was killed in the Big Boy fire. Now, he got out of the fire, okay, so he hit his head on them buttocks coming around the corner. How many people have to die on those things before they move them out of here? Same those things.
So, Jay, it's come time once again for What's Your Beef?
Yeah, I didn't mean to wake you there, Dave.
What's eating at you? What's chewing on you?
I've been following this Reagan trip. Is this for real? See, a lot of people are upset because he's going to the cemetery. You never hear from the people that aren't upset, you know. Huh? I mean, he got a beautiful note the other day from Dr. Mengele. Did you happen to see
I didn't
that?
really. Nice note.
But what does this mean? I mean, what does this mean? When he goes to California now, is he going to be making courtesy calls at the old Manson place? Is that... Huh? You know, Paul was talking about the We Are the World album, and I guess obviously everybody's bought the album, and I was looking at all the stars. You had, Dylan and everybody, and I said, I didn't see Barry Manilow on the album. Yeah. No, I checked about that. I was asking around, and apparently the Ethiopian government said, "Yo, we're not that hungry."
No, they didn't say that. You've gone too far, Mr. Leno.
Comedy on the edge. But here's something, David. This is now, Dave.
You brought us something. You brought us a little gift.
Now you know that I am a motorcyclist, right?
This again, the motorcycle.
This is something for real now.
Satan's bus boys, or what?
There you go. You see, now it's people like you that ruin the image. These are G.I. Joe dolls. Now I saw these are G.I. Joe enemy dolls. Now these are G.I. Joe biker dolls. Let me read you this guy. Oh, here's Torch. Let me read you what they say about Torch. Read that. Torch is an illiterate, unrepentant thug whose penchant for sudden and unexpected violence is matched only by his utter depths of stupidity, ages 5 and up.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, are these
Well, the youth of America is certainly in good hands with this.
Isn't this amazing? You see, it comes with some chopper parts. Why don't they make real enemy dolls?
Well, these are like your buddies, aren't they?
Yeah, but no, they are not. See, why don't you make the John Mansville asbestos doll? There's one there. Or the Bhopal, India executive Danbury, Connecticut leaky gas valve doll. There's one there. You give the guy a brief. Now, you see, I did that as a test.
Oh, you're testing. This has all been part of
When
the
was
test?
the last time a group of people went, ooh, as a group? Maybe 3rd grade, huh? Well, 3rd grade, the teacher said, listen, you all be in. Anybody who, unless I find out who threw that, you all stay. The crowd goes, ooh. Right, you probably haven't done that for 20 years. I mean, you don't see the president addressing Congress who may have to raise taxes. Ooh.
They actually did it at the opening of the program.
They did. I saw them do that for your sushi.
What's next for Jay Leno?
Where am I going?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, Salem. Oh, I've got quite a list here.
Don't read the list.
I'm going to be in Dubuque, Iowa on Friday at Laura's College.
Wait a minute.
And then
Laura's College?
And then DePaul University in Indiana.
Wait a minute. Let's go back to Laura's College.
That's
what
right.
the heck?
That's in Dubuque, Iowa.
You can get a degree
according
from Laura's
According to
College?
Stephen Wright, you're the king of the college. And then next week I'm back here in New York at Governor's.
Well, so bring me something from Laura's College.
I will bring you something from Laura's
It's an
College.
Actual institution of higher education?
Yes, it is. Yes,
it's not like a beautician school.
No. In fact, you have to draw the pirate on the matchbook exactly to get it. No, it's an excellent school. It's an excellent school.
Laura's College?
That's what I have written here.
L-A-U-R-A?
No, L-O-R-A-S.
Well, that could still be Laura, like Tommy and Laura were lovers, that kind of deal. Laura's College.
Tommy and Laura. Kind of shows the musical taste this man has. Wait a minute, you have David Sanborn sitting in,
That's
and you
right.
talk about Tommy and Laura were lovers.
It was the only song I could think of where the girl's name was spelled L-O-R-A. I have the sheet music, that's how I know. We done?
No, I'm here.
Okay, we're done. Have a nice trip, Jay.
Well, thank you, David.
Thanks for being here again. Anytime you want, come by.
Okay.
We have to pause for station identification. You've been enjoying Mr. Jay Leno. This week's issue of Newsweek magazine calls my first guest the king of the club comics. If you'd like to see the king in person, he'll be appearing tomorrow night at Governor's Comedy Club on Long Island. Please welcome Jay Leno. Nice to have you here, as always.
Yeah, it's good
You
being
look
here.
terrific. You having a nice summer?
Good summer. I just got back from Reno, Nevada.
Reno. Working up there.
Working up there at Harrah's. They just sold the Mustang Ranch. Are you familiar with this?
Heard of it? Sure.
One of the legal brothels. $18 million. It's great. Some huge corporation bought it. And people are complaining because they feel this is not a legitimate business for a major American corporation to be into. Come on. If you study the history of American corporations, I think prostitution is probably the straightest thing these people have been involved with in years. I mean, what would you rather have living next door? A pretty girl with a thing on her lip or a couple of rotted out 55-gallon drums of dioxin? You know, the amazing thing about it is they're selling stock.
Is that right?
I'm not making this up. They're selling stock now. I mean, how does this work? You know, you pick up the Wall Street Journal. Candy ill, stocks plummet. You know, kind of a frightening thing. But I've been traveling.
Yeah, what do you do for entertainment when you're on the road? It's lonely, isn't it?
Oh, it's lonely. And I saw the other day, Rambo. Have you done this? Oh, come on, do the genocide. Let's do it, everybody. Have you seen this movie?
I haven't seen it yet. How about you?
Well, before I saw the movie, I read the book, which wasn't actually a book. It was a two-page pamphlet I got from the John Birch Society. You know? Just kind of a simple thing. Rambo opens fire, page 2, the end. You know, not much. I tell you something, no. You know what I love? I love when foreign countries get very self-righteous about the United States. Like England now wants to ban Rambo.
Yeah.
Because they feel the movie condones American-style violence. Yeah, what I think Stallone should do is maybe go back and reshoot some of the scenes in a soccer uniform, make it a little easier for them to understand. See, I would like...
You make a pretty good point there, pal.
Yeah, I think so, David. That's right. That's why we're here. It's about somebody made a point on this show. See, I would like... Ooh. See, I would like to see Stallone branch out a little bit. Try to combine films. Get like Rocky IV meets Rambo, you know? This way the guy can just come out and literally punch himself to death on the screen. Just kind of watch him implode. But been traveling around. I was in... you know where I was the other day? I went Pittsburgh to L.A. I never flew Pittsburgh to Los Angeles. This was the worst airline flight. I don't want to say the name of the airline because that really wouldn't be fair to... I'll just give you the initials. I don't know. I hope I didn't blow it. Have you ever flown this?
I actually have flown.
This is like stepping into the hole of some kind of flying slave ship. This thing going to... No seats, bodies piled on bodies like some sort of celestial funeral pyre there. This is the kind of airline that when their planes crash, you only hear about it on cable. You know? I mean, it is. I'm waiting at the... You know, the whole thing is like some Fellini nightmare. I'm waiting at the terminal. There's these pilots lined up. They're pumping quarters into that insurance machine there. The flight attendant, nice flight attendant. Helga, the stomping mare, working this flight. Kind of a stomping mare. Kind of a large, burly woman. She's wearing this Mayan death mask. She's handing out this concoction of gruel and bug juice. I mean, the movie was Eraserhead, all right? Just to give you some idea. And the worst part, you ever get stuck on a plane with nothing to read? You're forced to read the in-flight magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is edited by the same people who do highlights, which you find in your dentist's office. Their job is to go through the magazine, tear out any interesting articles, and then throw them away before they get through. See, I always like when the flight attendant makes that announcement. Feel free to take this complimentary copy home with you. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not going to be wrapping any fish today, huh? I think more people steal the puke bag than take that stupid magazine. Anyway.
But you enjoyed your flight.
Well, you know what it is? It makes these stops. And it's not even like regular stops. It's so like the pilot can show the plane to his friends. You know, that kind of... So anyway... You know, that's right. I get to Atlanta. I finally get to Atlanta, and I'm walking through the airport, and there's a guy got a booth set up, and he's handing out free samples of these new soft cookies. You know what I'm talking about? You know, every company's got some kind of soft cookie. Cookies. And the guy gives me one, and I ate it and everything. And it wasn't until I got on my connecting flight I realized this is unbelievable, you know? I mean, I'm flying all across the United States. I land in a strange airport. It's crowded. A man I don't even know hands me something, and I eat it! I mean, I didn't even look at it, you know? This could have been some kind of Shiite cookie bomb. I don't know what this thing is. I mean, you do that, though, you know? See, that's...
Settle down here. Try and get a hold of yourself. We have to do a commercial. We'll be back here. More with Jay Leno. is here, Mitch Rader. Now, let me get this straight. The pilot would take the plane to show to his friend.
To show to his friend.
Interesting concept. Now,
Anyway,
so you eat the cookie.
I ate the cookie.
Yeah, you're in Atlanta.
No, but I told you that already. And,
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing. When you feel safe, you just do things, you know? It's like, you ever walk into your local market, there's a TV tray with 30 or 40 gooey cheese balls, been sitting there all day. They've been under a hot light 18, 19 hours in a row. You walk by, you eat one, you don't think anything about it?
Right.
You walk down the medicine aisle, there's poor Tylenol in a steel case and a metal thing with safety straps around it. A couple of armed guards are watching. See, there's something real suspicious about these soft cookies. That's, you know, no, wait. Fresh cookies are soft, stale cookies are hard. We now live in this era of technology where these huge corporations are now able to make stale, soft cookies. You know what I'm saying? They're just old cookies, somebody puts soft stuff in. That's what annoys me. Come on, let's face it. You think these big companies, what do you think? They're pastry chefs, they're bakers, they're business people. They see somebody else with a soft cookie. Well, we need one too. Anybody got any ideas how we can come up with a soft cookie? Gee, I have an idea, boss. Why don't we use only the finest ingredients and bake them fresh every day? Who is this? Get the hell out of here! Harrington, call Dow Chemical. See if they got a softening agent we can put in these cookies out of. Johnson, you call the Metamucil people. See what they put in their product. Bake them fresh every day. Get the hell out of here. And you know what they have in L.A.? Oh, they have that stupid thing that was here 4 months ago, that...
With the circus, yeah.
What am I, wearing bib overalls and a piece of straw here, huh? Come on, they got a goat with some kind of 2x4 crazy glued on his head. This poor animal looks like the man in the Iron Mask being dragged around the ring with his Louisville Slugger stuck in his head. What are they going to have next year? The Keebler Elves? Maybe a live Klingon prisoner on display. Oh, do you like the circus?
I haven't been since I was a young boy.
It's a traveling syphilitic sideshow, this thing, with these... Oh, come on, these diseased animals and hermaphrodite clowns throwing anthrax spores at their children. Oh,
anthrax spores at the children.
At the children.
The diseased clowns throwing anthrax spores
at the children. Come on, this is like entertainment from the 9th century, isn't it? Geeks, trolls, mutants, all these inbred circus people, they come out from under bridges looking for some kind of summer job on this thing. Oh, come on. They bring disease and pestilence into the area. Ooh, the sun hits them, those spores. Oh, it's horrible. I don't like this, sir.
Yeah, but the kids love them.
Yeah, I guess if the kids like it. I guess that's it.
So you're going to be on primetime television this fall.
That's right. I'll be doing some more bloopers and practical jokes.
Oh.
No, those are fun to do. I like this. You know, actually, we did one the other day. No, see, I get to do
You're going to be Mr. Blooper now, right?
No, I'm not Mr. Blooper. Joseph Blooper died. The man.
Now, Ed is, Dick is Mr. Blooper.
I guess.
And Ed would be his assistant. What do they call Ed? Mr. Blooper's friend.
I guess Mr. Blooper's friend.
And
I'm Jay.
You're the little blooper.
That's a little bit. No, I just do mine. Actually, we did a good one. It'll be on in a few weeks. Did garage sales. Now, have you ever been to one of these?
Yeah.
A garage. See, this is an amazing American phenomenon. You know, it's funny. In the wintertime, people just put their trash out in the street to be collected. When summer comes, people feel they have to get a lawn chair, sit next to this stuff, and see how much they can pedal before they finally hauls it away. I went to one the other day. We had to list them, to go around Los Angeles. One estate sale. Estate sale. I drive 45 minutes, 6 copies of Playboy, and a garden hose. All right? I don't know whose estate. Another guy had a box of TV guides for $3. Why would you buy these? In the hopes that maybe all these shows will rerun in the same order? You make it. But you know the most amazing thing about garages? People sell personal items. Like a guy had a set of dentures. Toothbrush. A guy had a spoon, 1 spoon. I mean, what kind of disgusting personal thing could you do to a spoon that would make you just go, ooh, sell that! Get it out of here! No! Come on! Get that thing away from me! Really, it's horrible.
Maybe if you'd been dipping up anthrax spores with it.
Perhaps, that might be it, yeah.
Now, what's eating at you? What's under your skin?
You know something, David? This
You're pretty easy going tonight, so I find it hard to believe something's really
I have two, actually. I have one that is, I always come on and I make fun of things, but I feel sorry for people that manufacture products because essentially people put directions on products and nobody reads them.
That's true.
Nobody ever reads directions. Single guys are the worst group for this. You ever see a single guy try to cook a frozen pizza? This is unbelievable. It says right on the pizza box, for best results, cook for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. Most guys look at us, they go, I'll cook it for 1 minute at 4,000 degrees. So I'll just stick it in this kiln over here and... But anyway, you know what has been bothering me? All month they've been running this thing on Reagan's illness, you know, with the nose.
yeah.
When the man is, just say the man is sick, he's getting better. You know, all last month I'm trying to eat dinner. There's Dan Rather every night with that Procto camera. We can see the polyp now. We can see the polyp. Morton Dean is screaming in the background. They found blood in the stool, Dan. There's blood in the stool. Hello, we're eating. Hello. You know, I'm having Swedish meatballs. I don't want to see this polyp.
You'll be,
Tomorrow night. So be on tomorrow
Governor's
I'll be at
Comedy Club in
Governor's.
Long
Ooh.
Island.
And then next week I'll be back here in New York at the Bottom Line for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, good.
And then Friday, up to my hometown. I'll be up in Boston. I'll be in Lynn, Massachusetts at the City Hall.
Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joe.
We'll be right back.
My first guest, some folks don't know. You know, we might go 7 nights a week one day, but we're talking way down the line. My first guest tonight stirred quite a controversy the last time he was here by verbally attacking circus people. Hopefully he's calmed down by now and is appearing in concert on October 19th at the Holiday Star Theater in Merrillville, Indiana. Please say hello to Mr. Comedy, Jay Leno. Yeah.
I want to clear something up.
You got some mail there, huh, buddy?
Well, the last time I was on the show, remember, we talked about hermaphrodite clowns.
You talked about
Well, you listened as I spoke.
I listened to you. I didn't agree with everything.
Makes you an accomplishment.
All right.
And anyway, you got a letter about 2 weeks later
People
from a gentleman
protesting what you said about
protesting what I
circus
had
people.
said. Well, David, I have gotten literally hundreds of letters from circus people all around the country on my behalf. Just look at Dear Jay, go get him. Bobby the syphilitic gnome. There's one there. Jay, we love you. Lucy the Appalachian donkey woman. There's one here from Carl, the disembodied face in the jug. That's not all. The sniveling druid. There's hundreds of them here. And rather, it would be silly to go into them now. And I just... Again, it's only 1% of the circuses that are
You
bad.
get your mail like that in a pouch, huh?
Well, I guess when you get as much mail as I do, I guess that little box you have there is fine for you, but gee, I get there's just so much.
The hefty man mail pouch. Now, as always, you're right on top of things that are going on. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, 6
couple
weeks
of
or
weeks.
so.
A lot of things have happened in the news. Well, of course, you know, Hinckley is engaged.
Yeah, we mentioned
I guess
that
that's
a couple of weeks ago,
talked
yeah.
about that. This has got an interesting situation. I guess she's a convicted murderer.
Right.
This is true. And of course, he's only an attempted murderer. You know, I wonder if this can cause problems. Sometimes when the wife is more successful, you know. But I think he got his head screwed on pretty tight. I think he can handle it there. Politically, a lot of things have happened. Lee Iacocca being named as a possible presidential candidate.
Sure.
Well, I find this interesting, you know, because we go to areas for presidents now. You know, for a while we go to Hollywood, we look for a president. Now we go to big business to find a president. I mean, God forbid we should look at a college or Institute of Higher Learning to try and find a leader of some kind. But then again, I wonder how big business would handle some of the world problems. Really, I don't think they could do much worse. I mean, like South Africa, how would big business handle this? You know, maybe they split it in 2 South Africas. You have the new South Africa, 1 man, 1 vote, everybody equal. And then you could have, like, South Africa Classic. You know, thing. And of course the French, oh boy, I guess the French are feeling pretty cocky after that Greenpeace thing, huh? What do you think their next defenseless target will be? Torpedo the Love Boat, maybe, huh? Maybe they'll drop a couple of depth charges on the Titanic, break up the last of those place settings down there, boy.
Hey, speaking of France, you were in Europe?
Just got back.
I don't see you in Europe somehow.
No, I know. You know, see, no, I was the good son. I took my parents to Europe.
Very nice
this year.
of you.
That was very
Have
nice.
they been before?
They went once before. Yeah. To me, Europe. Do you like Europe?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
See, now to me, the whole town is like a bad day at Disneyland. This place, you know, all the money, the money all looks like a bad diploma from some second-rate divinity school somewhere, doesn't it? Priests on horseback, naked women, coins with tassels on them. You know, the worst part is the food. I don't like fancy food. If it doesn't come in a styrofoam box with a hinge on it, you know, What did we have the first night? We had the baked face of leprechaun. Have you ever had this with the sheep stomach pudding?
In the puff pastry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they do in Europe? They use all the parts of the animal we throw away. You know, it's just... I mean, it's true. You look in their dumpster, there's the prime rib, there's the tenderloin. They're saving the lungs and the pancreas to make some kind of colon tartare or something.
That's
it's
nice.
It's awful. It's awful.
Very nice. Colon tartare.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And of course, you know, my dad is 74 and a little hard of hearing, so France was a lot of fun for him. You know, je t'aime, monsieur. Huh? What? The hell are they saying? Huh? Dad, you know, every day my dad would buy the French newspaper. He'd hold it up to the mirror. I go, Dad, it's not a trick paper. It's French. But you know, the one thing, England is kind of nice, though. Well, they speak English as it should be spoken. That's something we could all learn.
Well, aren't you Irish in heritage?
No, my mother's from Scotland and my dad's Italian, but going to England, you hear the language, like they say dustbin instead of garbage can. And even, like I'm walking through Soho, which is, I guess, like Times Square, that kind of an area, and they have a lot of prostitutes and things. But this is true. I'm walking down the street, and I just hear this woman say to me, "Rub your tummy, governor?" And that sounds so classy, doesn't it? I mean, as opposed to 42nd Street, you go, "Hey, buddy, you want a little of this?" Huh? You know, it's not, you know, it's a little nice, more genteel, yeah.
Colon tartare.
Colon tartare.
Colon tartare.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
We,
really.
you know what we're going to do is we're going to do a commercial.
Ooh,
Can you
boy.
stay?
Yeah, it's a little unorthodox,
Yeah, I
but
know,
sure,
okay.
why not?
We'll be right back. We're back. This is a terrific show, isn't it?
Oh, big
You
show.
must be happy to be a part of this one.
Oh, boy.
Randy Newman, Robert
I'm happy to be
Mitchum,
a part
and
of
yourself.
anything, yes.
You do a lot of shows, though, don't you? You travel the country.
Well, this is a classy show. When you travel the country,
Thank you.
I do a lot
Do you
of...
mean that, or are you being snide?
No, of course I mean it. No, it's a... Well, you see, you know, I always do a lot of these AM fry and egg cellulite things. You know those shows in the morning?
Makeovers, a lot of beauty makeovers.
Well, I did one the other day. Oh, I was on with this pinhead psychologist, and I got in a fight with a guy. This guy wrote a book. The guy wrote a book this thick. This is unbelievable. The guy wrote a book called What Women Really Mean When They Say No to Sex. What they mean is no! How clear can it be? Does it take a book this thick? You know, am I lying here? You know, I said to the guy, they don't mean no to sex. They mean no to sex with you, Doc. Why does it need a book? I mean, this is not some Barbara Cartland novel with young Abigail peering coyly behind a folding fan, huh? It's 1985. You go out to dinner with a woman. She's eating. She says, no, I don't want to have sex. What's the guy supposed to do? Knock the meatball out of her mouth? Climb up on the table? No is no. It's so stupid.
Knock the meatball out of her mouth. No. What other kind of folks do you meet when you do these shows?
Oh, well, you know, I did a show the other day with, what's his name? Schwarzenegger. He's got a new movie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando.
No, I like this guy. I like Arnold. He's...
Oh, sure. What else are you going to say?
No, he's a nice guy. Well, you know what I like? I just like the fact, I like the title, 5 times Mr. Universe. That's what I love about human beings. We're very presumptuous. We don't know if there's life on other planets, but if there is, we know right away we got something better. You know? I mean, you can't be Mr. Earth. That is not enough. I mean, what, all the judges got together? The hell with the other planets. This is the guy. We're not looking at any more Martians or Jupiterians. We're going to look at that little Earth boy. You know, like the other planets are going, why didn't we win? I should have won. I am the mightiest of all. But... the new TV season.
Wait a minute. Ooh, you call the psychologist a pinhead.
A pinhead psychologist.
But yet you love Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I like Arnold. He's a straight-ahead guy. I like him. I think he's funny. I like this guy. Have you watched any of the new shows? David,
I've been very busy.
You and I have done a service, really, to this country. I mean, last year, we hit them pretty heavy about the evil twins, the constant proliferation of evil twin stories, Magnum, Mad Houston. Well, this year, they've done away with the evil twin.
Thank God.
But on Dynasty, they've replaced the evil twin with something known as the, you might want to read it,
God.
It's right here in TV Guide.
The scheming lookalike.
The scheming lookalike.
The scheming lookalike Rita.
It's another evil twin. Have you seen any of the new shows?
No.
Seen Robert Blake in Helltown?
He plays a priest who doesn't turn the other cheek. He blows it away.
You know, all it is the same old cop shows, the same old cop shows. They just change the lead. Now he's a priest. Like, what does it say next week in TV? Oh, when a bishop goes on a murder spree, there's only one priest that can waste him. You know? And how did he get Helltown? You know, how did this guy just happen to... I mean, does he sit down with the archbishop? Well, what diocese are open? Let's see. Blue Ridge, Kentucky is very pretty. Monterey, California, right on the ocean. That's lovely. Oh, here's one, Helltown. Gee, that sounds nice. Yeah, I think I'd like Helltown. Yeah. I saw a show. Now, this show has been on quite a while. Give Me a Break. That was something.
That's on right here, NBC.
Right. Now, see, I didn't realize that was the name of the show. I just assumed that was some urgent plea from the producers somewhere. Yeah. But I guess that's actually a very fine show.
What about the
Equalizer.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this, have you seen this? Yeah, I wonder what happened to all that money from the Bernard Getz Defense Fund, huh? You know, I tell you, you watch these TV shows, you watch these movies, and you assume the Constitution is essentially this useless rag that the police have to work around to accomplish anything. I mean, Dirty Harry movies are like this. You know, you see the guy commit the crime, and then the criminal always gets out on the most absurd liberal Constitution. You know, Dirty Harry goes to court. He always gets the liberal woman judge with a hair in a bun, you know. Well, Inspector Callahan, since you chose to come to court in a tie that obviously clashes with your jacket, this murderer will be forced to go free. Oh, should have read that clothing amendment a little more carefully, Callahan.
What about Robert Wagner's back, right?
Robert Wagner's back in Lime Street. Yeah. He plays a suave investigator in this one. Gee, you think the public's ready for this kind of career switch? I know the last show, he had a blue Rolls Royce. This one he has a red one. I don't know if they can...
let's see. Now, tell me, you got a beef you want to unload before we get to the...
A beef? Yeah, I got a beef, I guess. It's a real quick one.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. These movies, these coming-of-age movies that they have.
Sure.
You know...
St. Elmo's Fire?
Well, not so much that one, like the teenager, Porky's Real Genius, Weird Son... I don't know, maybe I led a sheltered childhood. Does this really represent kids today? I mean, when I was in 8th grade, I don't remember getting together with the other Boy Scouts in my scout troop and buying a hooker. Huh? Really? I mean, am I unusual in this respect?
You're going to be, now let's take care of this. You're doing concerts now.
Some concerts, Dave.
No longer the clubs.
Oh, look, here's a list of places where I'm going to be. You know, I guess somebody must have put this in my pocket by one of those jokers backstage. Well, I got a bunch of college. These are all 11 states in 11 days. I guess you'll be sitting on that duff for the next 11 days. Lake Forest tomorrow, Elgin the next night, Harper the next night.
You're going to be in Merrillville, Indiana, October 19th.
Well, that's a big theater in the round.
Oh, yeah, it's a big place up near Gary,
And then University of Wisconsin, Parker Theater, Florida.
All right, take your
Holiday House. Oh, it'll be unbelievable.
Take your props and get out of here.
All right. So long, kids.
We'll be right back. Jay Leno. We got to get going, don't we? Well, but anyway, to make a long story short, we're not leaving. Got to get right to it. Oh, I know. My first guest tonight is one of the hardest working men in show business. He is featured in an interview in the new issue of Playboy magazine, right here. And he can be seen in person on November 27th at the Community Center Theater in Sacramento. Please say hello to Jay Leno. Nice to see you.
Thank you, David. Just
very impressive interview there in Playboy magazine.
I remember, now you did the Playboy interview.
About a year ago, 2 years ago.
A year ago. I noticed when you did it, they just, I guess they had a small black and white picture where I noticed for myself there's a rather large color shot.
Large color picture, is it? Well, show them the picture.
Well, I'm not the kind of guy to brag, certainly, but I guess they decide who gets the big picture.
I suppose that's
actually, my favorite issue is the December issue.
Why is that?
The one that has all those fabulous Playboy bachelor gift items.
Yeah.
You know, like the 3-foot chrome shoehorn made by Swank. You know, that's You know something? You know, when I was 19 years old, my freshman year in college, I actually sent away $14.95 for the Playboy electric swizzle stick.
Yeah.
You know this thing, little black handle Playboy emblem, 2 D-sized batteries, put it in a woman's drink, free, mix it. I mean, I figured women would be real impressed with this. You know, I figured I'd walk into parties, girls would go, "What's that, a Playboy swizzle stick?" All right.
Oh, my. So, how you been? What else is going on? You been watching the news?
Yeah,
here?
I've been
The big-
watching
the
it.
big-
We'll probably be late tonight because of this Pinhead Summit thing going on.
Oh, no. You can't. It's not Pinhead.
No,
it's
you
the
know what it is?
future
It's
of the
future.
world.
Look at the Russians guy. They send a guy. He looks like somebody hit him with a tomato. He's got that red thing. Huh? Our guy has got stuff on his nose. Are these the best-looking people we can send to this summit? Prince Charles and Lady Diana finally went home. Cover of Time, cover of Newsweek. Are there any inbred people in our own country we can read about? Come on. Oh, come on. Well, they're over here. They're over here hawking stuff for J.C. Penney. I'm sure this means Kmart and Woolworths are going to be packed with royalty now. You know? Every lowball store in America is going to be traveling through Europe trying to find anybody with some tenuous bloodline they can catch up with. In fact, Crazy Eddie's right here in New York. They just hired King Olaf of Sweden. They got him out front there. Check it out, yeah, check it out. All he said. In fact, I just heard on the radio, J.C. Penney says that the English look will be all the rage for young men this year. Yeah, yeah. I guess big ears and bad teeth never seem to go
So what else is going on? You've been working?
Yeah, the world of TV.
Yeah, I know you're a big TV fan.
Oh, you know. Well, you mentioned it earlier. They brought back the Newlywed Game.
Yeah.
And they brought back...
Very successful, I guess.
Well, there's a reason for this. They brought back that and the dating game. You see, although the literacy rate in this country is low, the networks are worried that it's not quite low enough. So, by bringing back shows like The Dating Game, what they hope to do is mate genetically inferior people. In the realization that they will reproduce mutant offspring, thus ensuring the next generation of contestants for these game shows.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, it's all in a new book. It's in a new book called Frontiers of Science by Bob Eubanks and Dr. William Shockley. And they explain the typical game show contestant. You know, you've seen them. One pupil is usually bigger than the other, and it tends to throb rhythmically according to the number of prizes that are given.
Anything else in the guide there that you want to comment
the
on?
usual stuff. You know, every time I come on this show, I find here's another, I don't have to say it, there's another evil twin episode in this week's. Will Crystal be raped while Blake sleeps with her double? I mean, if you were being attacked, would that be the first thing on your mind? You know what I like about... You know, obviously this is sweeps week. I mean, everybody knows that.
That's right. That's why we're having pig races.
That's right. You have the big guess on. This is the local TV guy from L.A. Look at this one. Mark Trank on the 9 o'clock news in L.A. Porn video. Okay, now here's a shock.
Mark Trank?
Mark Trank. Now, a couple of pages later, here's Mark Trank again, back with more explicit sex video. That's on the 9 o'clock news. And he's got another one here, Tintillating Television with Mark Trank. Takes another look. But they do this. You ever notice when you watch the news when it's not sweeps week, it's always like the life of the American farmer, living in a deficit economy. As soon as it's sweeps week, suddenly it becomes, oops, strip searches at teenage girls' Catholic schools. Are they a phenomenon? You know, and then they have
How about you? Are you doing any television? You ever go out on these auditions for stuff?
I've read for a few shows. You know, since Moonlighting and Scarecrow and Mrs. King, they've started a lot of these adventure kind of comedy shows. Oh, I read for one for ABC called Gag Street.
Gag Street.
Yeah, in it, I play a young comic named Johnny Gag Street, whose parents were killed by hecklers. And he vows to use his comedy to fight crime in the sin palaces of Las Vegas. So it's kind of and it's got the comedy and the action adventure kind of thing. You know?
Yeah. And you play Johnny Gag.
Johnny Gag Street.
Yeah.
Right. That's hence the title Gag Street.
Yeah. I hope that works out for you.
Again, we got our fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Well, we'll do a commercial here, and then we'll be back with our friend Jay. Jay Leno is here, and Edward Woodward from The Equalizer is here, and we have pig races with a woman from Ohio named Judy Herbkursman, which I think is a great name.
Fabulous.
No, it's a good name, Herbkursman.
Well, I hope she just didn't change it when she got into pig racing.
Now, where were we? What were we talking about? News? What are we...
No, we're talking about for you... Well,
audition on television shows?
We talked about that already, but what do we see coming in on the plane this morning? James Bond, View to a Kill.
Oh.
Come on, what's Roger Moore, 71 now, this guy? I know they're looking for a younger, hipper Bond. Buddy Upson, very close to the role. I mean, do women still buy this? Come on. I mean, do men really feel they need a fur-lined iceberg that's really a secret submarine to impress them? I mean, it's kind of dated. I'm going back tonight, and... Oh, Rambo again. I saw it the last time.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, my favorite line in the film is when Stallone says, or rather, Rambo says, you know, it's funny, when you see acting that good, you tend to think the character is the person. Yeah.
It's seamless.
Yeah, you tend to think it's one and the same. Yeah. It's where Rambo says, the mind is the most dangerous weapon. Is that right, Rambo? Well, you better take a couple of these rocket launchers with you, pal, and maybe a couple of Bell helicopters, a few M16s. You want to be walking around now with a .22 caliber head. You know. They're doing Rocky IV, and surprisingly,
it's almost out.
Stallone is going to play a fighter in this one. Oh, stretch that acting instrument to the limit, huh? But you know what's interesting, though? I think, see, performers like Stallone, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they've opened up the acting profession to a lot of people who couldn't get into it before when speech was a major requirement. Now, any cave dweller that can wield a tire iron in a public saloon is now a potential Academy Award candidate. You know, I think that's a good thing.
You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger was here about a month ago. He was a very nice guy.
Oh, he is a nice guy.
Very nice guy.
I work with him.
And he's marrying a lovely woman, this Maria Shriver on CBS Morning News.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
He's marrying her on the Morning News?
No, she's co-host of the Morning News.
Oh, I see, and they've just fit the marriage in, I guess, between the...
That's right.
I guess today's working couples, really, you have to make time where you can.
So now,
we were supposed to go out to eat last night, and of course...
Last night?
I mean, last time I was here.
That's right. Well, it didn't work out, I'm sorry.
No, you know who I went out with? No, went out with Seinfeld.
Don't do that noise again. What is that?
No,
let me hear it again.
That's my fate. You know Jerry Seinfeld.
Do the noise again.
No, that was the noise again.
Now, what is that? What does that noise signify? What are we talking about?
That signifies disgust.
Disgust.
That's what it is.
All right. One more time.
Well, Seinfeld.
No, let me hear it again.
No, I'm not going to do it again. No, I refuse to do it again.
All right, you and Jerry Seinfeld, very funny comedian.
Very funny comedian, but king of the yuppies. You know, it's true. You know, Jerry, he can't. I want to go for burgers and fries. He takes me to this stupid Japanese theme restaurant. Mm-hmm. You know these ones where the guys cut the meat for you. And
they cook at your table and stuff?
Yeah. You feel like a prisoner in some bad World War II film. You know, another piece of steak, Yankee, bing. Then they bring out the guy with the two knives. You ever see this guy? I mean, he's sitting there. He's bouncing my meat off the two air conditioning ducts. When I saw a piece of my tenderloin ricochet off the urinal, that's it, pal. I'm out of there. I'm walking. Now, Lewis
like you had a prime table.
Lewis?
Yeah, Richard Lewis will be here.
You know, I love Richard.
Yeah.
Now, Richard is the funniest man. We have to do something about come on, Lewis always shows up in those Shelley Winters moo-moos.
Yeah, I know. He's very hip,
Where did you
stylish.
Get,
I don't know where he gets this stuff.
Let's see what he wears tomorrow night.
All right.
He bought this black jacket with fringe. He'll probably wear it.
All right. What are we doing here? Do we have time for... Oh, we don't have time for What's Your Beef? You got a real quick What's Your Beef?
Oh,
no,
I don't have... Somebody asked me,
quick?
What are you doing on the 29th?
Oh, stop it with these plugs. Are you just going to plug something now?
These are not plugs. I'm just going to show you that I was going to be at the Academy of Music in
that's
Philly.
enough. That's enough.
Sacramento, the 27th.
Okay. We'll be back after station identification. It's always a pleasure to welcome my first guest to this program. He can be seen tomorrow night in person at the Front Row Theater in Cleveland, Ohio. Please say hello to the hardest working man in comedy, Jay Leno. to see you.
This is unbelievable.
Always nice to see you. What do you got there?
Oh, I'm in this. You know, these breakfast food companies, they jump on the latest fad. They jump on the hottest. Was it 2 years ago? They had that Cabbage Patch cereal and the Mr. T granola bar thing.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. Just came out of the Gaddafi, the Barbarian breakfast flakes. Have you seen these here? Kind of a snap, crackle, boom kind of thing. I don't know.
Gaddafi the Barbarian.
Flakes. Yeah. Here's something. Again, what are we? Barely 2 weeks into the new year. Hollywood's starting the new writers, a lot of new scripts, new people being brought in,
mid-season.
new television shows, new movie of the week. New movie of the week. David, read it. I can't read it. Just read it. It's true. In the
And Jillian's news is that she'll star in a Warner TV movie as twin sisters, one evil, one good, of course.
kind of a switch, huh?
The evil twin story again.
Yeah, it's a sad thing.
How you been? Did you have a nice holiday season?
Oh, boy, Christmas in L.A., huh?
Yeah.
Sitting around the pool, opening gifts. Hey, boy. Chestnuts roasting. A little more chlorine for the pool, honey. On an open fire. Jack Frost.
You get a lot of nice gifts?
Got a nice gift. My wife gave me a torque wrench, which
Yeah.
is very nice. Now, do you...
What do you do with a torque wrench?
What do you do with a torque wrench, Dave? Well, this is a tool that men use when they work on machines, Dave. How about you? What did you get? What did you get? The Bill Blast facial applicator? Did you get that, Dave? Or maybe the Calvin Klein manicure pedicure combination
I
kit?
didn't get any of
something
that.
like
I had a very nice Christmas myself.
I had a nice Christmas. My Christmas is always marred by all those tree people. You know those? You have them here in New York. These people, I can't figure out what nationality they are. It's some kind of Middle Eastern, Nordic, Italian, Swiss. You know, they sell Christmas trees every year. These fresh trees. Fresh tree! It's fresh tree! You know, the thing's got one pine needle on it. It looks like it came from the petrified forest. And, of course, the worst part, this is what I love about Christmas. I like to wash my car, polish it, drive it down to the lot so a couple of high school kids can drop a tree to the roof, huh? Gouge those door seals with that cheap hemp. Get on the freeway with 10,000 other guys who have trees on their cars. I'm sure the Russians are looking at this through a satellite. Looks like some kind of movable forest. Some kind of secret weapon or something.
Now, do you enjoy the holidays pretty well? Do you go through this holiday depression at all? You always hear people whining about holiday depression. I guess it's a serious problem.
It is a problem. Well, people say the same thing. You know, we should keep the Christmas spirit year-round. The Christmas spirit doesn't even last until the day Christmas is over. I mean, look at the way you treat the tree. Remember the day you bought the tree? Oh, don't tie it too tight to the roof. Drive slow so the needles don't blow off. Plenty of water, a little sugar in the base. Don't make the screw too tight.
Keep it as fresh as you can.
Yeah, boy, the day after those gifts are open, get that fire trap out of here. Gonna burn the house down with that stupid thing. When do you take yours down? New Year's Day, Johnny?
That's right, New Year's Day. It's family tradition. New Year's Day, we take it down while we watch the parade. Take it right down.
Well, that's what we do. My mother and my brother and I.
Jack does the commentary on the parade. We take the tree down.
Yeah.
It's a tradition at our house.
I guess it would be a tradition.
Get up early, watch the parade, take down the tree.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pad my part here a little.
You want to make it clear. But we would, New Year's Day, my mother and brother and I would take the ornaments, we put them away. My dad would take the tree, put it in the trunk of the car, wait till about, 10:30 at night, drive 2 blocks, throw it in our neighbor's yard, and get the hell out of there. Next day, our neighbor would trace that trail of pine needles down the street. You know, every year there'd be a fight, my mother in tears. You throw a tree in my yard? No, you didn't. Yes, you did. We're Shiites. We don't have a tree. Get the hell out of here. It was a horrible...
it's an ugly existence for a kid.
Finding out about Santa, that was the worst.
Now, how old were you when you learned the truth?
See, I was about 5 or 6, but I found out the worst way. You know, most kids find out about Santa from an older brother or sister.
Or they just kind of grow out of it.
Or the big kids at school, there's no Santa. You shut up! You know, that kind of gut-wrenching. Yeah. I remember my mom took me right here in New York to Macy's. They had Santa's workshop. They had the reindeer, the house, the whole thing. About 1,000 kids in line. I was the next kid. I was the next kid to talk to Santa. And that little girl elf comes out with the sign, you know, Santa's gone to the North Pole. He'll be back at 1, you know. And I'm thinking, 1? Geez, I can't wait till 1. I remember I was crying. My mom's leading me out. And then I figured, boy, you know, if I burst through the door, maybe I can grab Santa in his workshop before he goes to the North Pole, you know?
Sure, yeah.
I'd go bursting through some workshop. There's a little elf. Her blouse is open. Santa's got her beard off. He's all over her. Santa!
Oh, my God. That's an ugly story,
It's an ugly
Jay.
thing for a child.
Oh, my God, that's terrible.
It's a terrible thing for a child.
Now, we gotta do a commercial here. Now, do you have, you know, yesterday was, of course, Elvis Presley's birthday. Do you have just a little, you do a great impression?
No, I don't do anything.
All right, well, think about it when we do the commercial. All right, we'll come back, and maybe he'll do a little bit.
Irish, but they're delicious.
Now, the band sounds great as always. Plus,
Fabulous
we have Mr. Sanborn with us
Yes, I saw
tonight.
him.
Can you do just a little something for Elvis?
Yeah. Actually, I saw one of my favorite Elvis films the other day, Spin Out. You ever see this one?
Yeah.
This is one where Elvis is driving a Cobra, brand new Cobra. What's this worth? $100 grand now? Some girl in a Sprite cuts him off. The Cobra goes in a ditch, is wiped out. Of course, Elvis unharmed. He gets out. He says, "So you don't go to tan your hide, little league." Like this, you know. I think the insurance company would be happy with that settlement. But anyway,
That's it for Elvis? You don't want to do
no,
it?
I don't do Elvis. You always.
He does it. He does
All
it.
right, hey, we'll turn the car around right now. My dad would say that. My dad would say that every summer. My brother and I'd be screaming in the backseat. My father would say, "Hey, we'll turn the car around right now. We'll go right back home. Go ahead, Dad. We're 19 states from home, 2,800 miles. Turn the car around, Pop. Teach me a lesson. Cancel the reservations. Lose your deposit. Go ahead, Pop. I dare you. I dare you." But I saw something. Again, this is the most
Holiday movies. Have you seen any holiday movies?
Holiday movies?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, before we get to holiday movies,
I'm
this
sorry.
is even more depressing. I'm staying over here. I walk 8th Avenue. I see a porno shop. They have a sign that's been on the door, obviously for weeks. We'll be open all day Christmas Day. Can't we put this stuff away for one day? I mean, are there really people who wake up on Christmas morning going, "Geez, I'd like to buy some filthy magazines"? Is there anything? There's one like that in L.A. There's one in L.A. When you drive, you've seen this. When you drive into the L.A. International Airport, you drive 100 yards out the airport, and your first thing you see is that huge sign. It says nudes from 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Imagine
I've seen it.
Imagine going in there 7 a.m. Some woman on the stage, nude, her hair in curly, she's cooking eggs. "Billy, get on the bus stop. Hey, your sister!" Japanese tourist, his head in his eggs.
Yeah.
But holiday movies.
Holiday movies. Here we go.
Well, let's see. Interesting. I don't know what holiday it's supposed to be. Rambo, Commando. I mean, it's like Armistice Day movies. But
Yeah.
anyway, one of them. Here's one like Clue. This is interesting to watch American film-going habits. Here's a movie, Clue. This is one movie that had 3 completely different
That's right.
endings.
3 different theaters carrying the movie. Each had a separate ending.
Each had a separate
Yeah.
ending. Yet the movie didn't do particularly well. On the other hand, you have a movie like Rocky. He has 4 different movies that all have the same ending. This is what Americans think. See, to me, the thing that annoys me, I mean, these movies are so violent. I mean, kids are immune at this point. Kids, they're so sophisticated. My wife and I are in the theater the other night. 9-year-old kid sitting in front of us, by himself. Now, when I was 9, were you allowed to go to the movies?
Probably not. No.
My mother always say the same thing. I'll sit right behind you. No one will call attention to it. Yeah, what other 42-year-old woman's going to be hitting me in the back of the head? Anyway, my wife and I are watching the previews of coming attractions, and it's another one of these slice and dice movies, people getting stabbed, and they have this scene. This is the scene. They show a cheerleader walking down the street. Maniac comes up behind her with a chainsaw, cuts her head off.
Yeah.
They show the head rolling down the street. The 9-year-old kid in front of me goes, "No, that's fake." Fake? You're only 9. What do you want, real heads rolling in the street? It's got in for $1.50. See, I think there's a correlation between these horrible sex crimes and these movies. I mean, people see things in these movies.
Seems like there might be, sure.
Well, I mean, we've always had sex crimes. I'm not being naive, but let's be honest. I mean, years ago, movies were pretty naive sexually. There wasn't a lot you could emulate.
Right.
I mean, you ever watch those old westerns where the meanest, roughest gang would ride into town? They'd kidnap the sheriff's daughter. They'd tie her to a pole. Then all the men would line up and kiss her. Maybe the real demented guy go, like, stop it, you know, kind of tough one.
Jay, we have 30 seconds here. What's your beef? I know there's something you always want to get off your chest.
Well, but it takes longer than 30 seconds.
Try it.
Well, all right. This is something. Now, everybody does this. Now, I think everybody sings when they're alone. Don't you sing in the elevator? You sing in the car, possibly? Except you, Robotron man. You don't do any of these things, do you? I think most people, most humanoids sing.
Robotron.
But see, it's interesting when you're alone. I mean, when you're in a crowd, you're walking down the street, you try to sing something hip, you know. I mean, you try to sing a Springsteen song or a Prince tune or something. But when you get alone, your mind will automatically revert to the lowest common denominator song possible. This happened to me the other day. I'm in Chicago. I'm late. I get in the elevator. I'm on the 13th floor. I don't see this guy standing in the corner. I just don't see him. You know, I get in the elevator. I press lobby. I think I'm by myself. You know, right away you start singing. You know. Oh, let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. How you doing? I'll get off on 11. I'm going to walk down.
Yeah.
Now, did you mention that I'll be in Montreal?
See, now, when you're Romatron man, you don't make jerky mistakes like that.
That's right.
Now what? Is this plug time?
No, I play other countries as well. I'm going to Canada.
Where's the
St.
list of his
Denis
plugs?
Theater,
You're going to be in Cleveland on, all we have here, Jay, is you're going to be in Cleveland.
The front row in Cleveland
Front row
tomorrow,
theater
and then,
tomorrow.
Montreal Saturday, and then Bates College in Maine on Sunday.
Oh, good.
Then I go to Chicago to shoot my special.
Are doing well for you. Okay. Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take that identification. We'll be right my first guest is a terrific comedian, a good friend. He can be seen on February 7th at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix and on the 8th at Clues Hall in my hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana. Please say hello to Jay Leno. What do you got? You got a sandwich here.
Oh, I got a roast beef sandwich.
Roast beef sandwich and
I
a
got
beverage?
this downstairs.
Yeah.
This is something kind of interesting, these things. Sandwiches, you ever see these things?
Those are little cocktail toothpicks.
Well, I always wonder who makes these. You know, I mean, who makes these? I mean, is this the kind of thing you take pride in what you make? You know, I mean, is there a guy somewhere in an assembly line, he just sits there? Morelli, come here. Does this your work? Look at Cremus. Cremus, come over here. Look at his work. Get back in there and do this thing correctly. You know where these are made? You know where these are made? I asked the guy at the... Look, it broke. It broke.
Yeah.
I asked the guy at the deli, you know where these are made?
No.
America. This is what we make. We used to make steel, David. We used to make now we make these. What's American industry going to move into next? Little bamboo umbrellas for Mai Tais, maybe? Something like that?
Now, wait a minute. Before you get completely nuts, look at that. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
anything
that's a
like
perfect
that?
example.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is like a sledgehammer, and it breaks when we try to bust up the breakable
It's like
glass.
Abe Lincoln's axe. You know that story? It's
Yeah.
its third head and its fifth handle, but it's Abe's axe.
Yeah.
You know. There you go. That's a beautiful... Oh, gee, Dave, I'm sorry. God forbid.
How you doing? I know you came in last night.
I came in last night. When did you call me last night?
We booked you, I believe, in August for tonight's appearance.
No, you called me last night at 10 o'clock in Los Angeles. You know, it was so funny. I was looking at TV Guide.
Watching TV Guide.
When you called, and I said to myself, where is it? There's an ad here for David's 4th anniversary special.
That's right.
And it has Bill Cosby.
See, we taped it on an airplane. Yeah.
Oh, you taped it on an airplane. And I said to myself, well, gee, Dave is stuck for guests. Why didn't he call his good friend Don Johnson? Or Ted Koppel, Tom Hanks? Your real friends wouldn't come in the last minute's notice. But Jay, can you come? You're not on the special, but can you fly in?
Well, I tell you what. You still could be on the special. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Well, all right, I guess I'll be. Oh, here's something I don't want to miss. Coming on next on Kung Fu the movie.
Yeah.
Gee, you think he's going to beat up any morons in this one, huh? But I noticed in this week, NBC #1. Did you read about that?
No, I didn't see that, but we're all quite excited
the top
about
shows,
the success of the network. Yeah.
Miami Vice, top show. You like this show?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, let's face it. It's essentially Charlie's Angels without the estrogen, really. What do you think? But I like it. It's a good show.
Now, you normally work and you spend a lot of your time on the road working clubs. What's the worst club you ever worked?
I'm on the road, David.
I know you
See,
are.
I'm not like one of these ROTC comics.
Yeah.
90-day wonder, you walk into a talk show. I'm out there on Pork Chop Hill.
I walked into a talk show?
That's right,
Yeah.
pal. I read in Newsweek about all the shows you had before this one.
I had some shows, sure.
What was this one here? Oh, here's the one I wanted to know about. Ooh, this tastes funny. What was that show? That was what was that one? Yes. And Slap 'em Silly. That was another one. What was that? What was that?
I don't...
Slap 'em Silly. That kind of thing.
That was a
good show.
It's an early, I think George Slaughter had it. And we never really came together, so we did a pilot, and that was pretty much it.
You know the worst? Well, see, it's not that the clubs are it's not that the worst, because the people are coming nice, but they're strange. What was that? A while ago, a guy books me, Charleston, West Virginia, Mr. D's Delicatessen. He decides to...
It sounds like a hip place for comedy.
Decides to make it a comedy club.
Yeah.
And it's a delicatessen.
Right.
But he puts up a little stage, and I go in there. And the audience was nice. They were nice, but again, it's one of these situations where it's Charleston, West Virginia, which is a coal mining town.
Right.
So when people in the audience would just cough, they do that. You know that kind of hack? You're being on stage. You know, that screeching.
God.
And plus, the people are sitting in booths.
Uh-huh.
See, the guy didn't change the seating of the room for comedy. They were sitting in booths.
Yeah.
Like an adult. So I'm on stage, so all I can see from my point of view is this, you know. You know, just the tops of people's heads.
So you didn't care for that?
No,
But other
no,
than that, you don't mind working out there. It's a lot of fun for you.
I like it.
Any
I like
problems with working on the road?
No, I like traveling. You know me. I like the clubs.
Making plenty of money, too, I know.
Oh, yeah, making big dough. Yeah.
No, you are. I know you're making good money.
Geez, I'm sorry, Mr. Leno. The check bounced there. We'll have it for you at the next town. Yeah, sure. That place, you know, I tell you, I was in Indiana again. I was at the University of Notre Dame. And I saw a great way to make money. I was doing a college there, a nice college. I walk around the campus because I got there like 11 o'clock in the morning. And I go in the college bookstore. I'm talking to this guy who sells textbooks to the college.
Sure.
You make billions doing this. You know what you do? Because each year they sell the new revised edition. I'm not kidding. The guy shows me a book. This is a real book. Basic Latin, 38th edition. The language has been dead for 2,000 years. Huh? What's new in Latin? What, we got an English word for McNugget now? We have to put it there?
Okay, we got to do a commercial. We'll be right back here with Jay Leno, folks. Plus, we have Talking Birds tonight. Jay Leno is here, finishing his roast beef sandwich.
Boy, that's American beef, you can tell.
Have you ever in your life eaten a roast beef sandwich without having
beef sandwich
without having to do this at some point? Oh, geez, what the hell
I know.
is this?
Yeah. That's the problem. They're working on it now.
How's your family?
Family is good. My mom read your article in the parody issue of Newsweek.
No, see, that's an actual issue of Newsweek.
You know what's so funny? My mom read the thing, and she, you know, she collects all this show business nonsense now.
Does she really?
Yeah, she follows it. You know,
Yeah.
and she read that like when John Travolta made it big, he bought his mom a mink coat,
Sure.
and you know, Henry Winkler a new house for his parents. And so she called me the other day from Boston, and she said, especially after this came out and you gave me a nice mention, she says, oh, gee, it's real cold in Boston.
Yeah.
You know, the snow is real deep, you know, and
Yeah.
she's dropping all these hints. And I had a pretty good year this year, and she's been a real good mom. So for Valentine's Day, I got her a little snowblower. You know, it's not a new one. It's got a blown head gasket on it. I mean, she can make, what, $15 doing driveways, which is good money for a woman in her 70s. Really. But they're good.
Does your mom like me? Does she have a favorable opinion of me?
Yeah, she likes you very much.
We met a long time ago.
Yes, I did meet my mom a long time ago.
In Lake
She
Tahoe.
thought you were a nice young man.
Well, I am. Yeah.
Yep, they're doing fine.
Yeah, well, that's good.
They were just out to visit me, which was nice.
Out in California?
Yeah, but my mom, again, I don't know, you know, you want to take them around and show them stuff. My mom, she sings things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I guess I don't.
We're driving in the car. She won't just complain, you know, it's that little irritating shrill. I'm driving the car, she's in the back seat, my dad and I are in the front. I'm saying, oh, look, Dad, there's where Jimmy Stewart lives, and maybe we'll go to Beverly Hills and I'll show you some of the famous things. You know, my mom's in the back. We can enjoy it, Ma, if you weren't speeding. What is it, Ma? Nothing. You know, that kind of... there's the Santa Monica Pier. There's a stop sign. What, Ma? Nothing. I see the sign. I saw the sign, Mother. You know, I said nothing. And my dad is not a traveler. My dad likes to go to Sears. This is his idea. You know, I call him up. I'm trying to get him out. I say, Dad, come on out. After Christmas, you come out. Come on, I'll show you Beverly Hills. It'll be nice. We'll go to the beach. Yeah, how's the paint department out there? You know, other people want to meet Joan Collins. My dad, Lady Kenmore is my father's idea of a celebrity. Now, there's an interesting. Whatever happened to Roebuck? I mean, now when it used to be Sears Roebuck.
Sears
you
Roebuck,
talk about
sure.
your partner screwing you out of your half of the business. Yeah. See, Roebuck takes a 3-day week, comes in on Tuesday. Where's my name? Get there. I'm Roebuck. I tell you, get there. There's Sears over in the corner.
It's ugly. Now, we have about a minute left. Do you have anything you want to get off your chest tonight? Do you have anything you want to... Yeah, do you have any...
Yeah, I like Lauren Green. How long has he been doing these Alpo things, huh?
15 years.
15 years.
Easily.
How many
12
Mercedes can the guy drive, huh? And he always gives you those stupid dog statistics. You know, this dog is 7, and that's 1,000,000 of our years. Yeah, sure, there's one right here, huh? The dog was born 7 years ago. The dog is 7. Case closed. Am I an idiot here? The Earth doesn't move faster for dogs. I'm 35. 70 years ago, I'm 28. How the hell can a dog be 180 years older than me? I think the guy's got a screw. You ever see a show Bonanza? The guy got 3 sons. It never occurred to him. None of these kids even look like him. One kid is 6'9", weighs 800 pounds. The other's 5'2", could be gay, I don't know. He's got another kid that's bald and older than him.
Yeah. What was this? What was this? What is this? What was this for Lauren?
That?
What is that for Lauren?
Well, that's an Italian gesture.
Yeah, but Lauren's a friendly...
gesture of greeting. No, he's a lovely man.
Where, you know, I lost the card. Where are you going to be? You're going to be at Clues Hall. When are you going to be there?
He lost the card. He's lost now, ladies and gentlemen. He can't go on. He has no card.
I wanted to tell him where you were going to be appearing.
I'm going to be in Phoenix.
It's different when it's plug time, isn't it,
It is
Jay?
different on the plug.
Yeah.
Find that card, damn it. No, you mentioned it too, and then
Clues Hall, and then you're going to be at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach.
Friday and Saturday.
Friday
and
and
then
Saturday.
on Sunday I'll be in Minneapolis
Well,
at the Orpheum, which is a nice town.
God bless you and your family. Nice to see you again. Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after station identification. This is pretty serious stuff here tonight, folks. My next guest is appearing in concert this Saturday night here in New York City at Carnegie Hall. Please welcome a very talented gentleman, our friend Jay Leno. Jay!
This is Tim the street urchin. He'll be my valet at Carnegie Hall. Thank you, Tim. Oh, Tim. You know that big goose that's hanging in the window of the butcher shop downstairs?
Oh, you mean the one that's as big as Mr. Letterman?
Boy, he's a clever boy, isn't he? That's right. I'll tell you what. You get it to me before the end of the show, and there'll be half a drachma in it for you, all right?
Oh, boy!
All right, son. Fine boy. You know, I know...
Wait a minute.
I know... What?
Half a drachma?
Half a drachma. That's
Now, what denomination exactly, what currency are we talking about here, drachma?
a drachma?
Yeah.
It's a lot of currency. It's a lot of money.
What would that be roughly, say, in United States American
That would
dollars?
be about $5.
Oh, so that's very generous. So he'll be
is.
getting $2.50.
That's right, normally, but if he gets it, again, it'll be an entire drachma.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now, I notice, I know you don't play Carnegie Hall. I notice
No, I
you
haven't been
enjoy
asked to play
the
Carnegie
rather
Hall.
what do you call the ballroom there, the bawdy songs and the ribald stories, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do here.
You know, it's interesting, when the Carnegie Foundation first called me
Oh,
about,
they called you themselves?
well, about playing Carnegie Hall, of course. You're contacted by the foundation. You know, I had a conflicting date at the La Scala Opera House in Milan.
Oh, I didn't...
Yes, well, fortunately, the owner of the La Scala, Vinnie Mancuso, said, yo, for a C note, I can blow you out of the date. You know, so it worked out all right.
Blow you right out of the gig
Yeah, right
there
out
for
of
a
the
C
gig,
note,
yes.
yeah.
So you'll-
Now, how do you compare a C note like to a drachma? How
Well,
many
a C note,
drachmas?
again, well, a C note would be, well, would be 20 drachmas.
Now,
Again, when you travel around the world as much as I do, of course, changing currency is
Oh,
the least
yeah.
of your problems.
Now, this is an exciting moment in your career, actually coming to New York City to play
That's right,
at Carnegie Hall. Is your wife going to be in attendance?
Mrs. Leno?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she'll be with me as well. Going on 6 years of marriage now.
Congratulations.
Well, you know, see, I like being married. I was never good at dating.
That's what I heard.
Huh? Yeah. Well, you know. Well, you know what? See, now I admire people that can break up with other people like that. They just go, it's over. Boom.
Yeah.
I was one of those people. I always felt I had to kite. Oh, honey, well, look, rather than just break up, why don't we still go out? But like, you can see other people, and I'll see other
Yeah, that
people.
doesn't
You know,
work.
and you think, oh, and then she goes, well, okay, we'll do that. And you think, oh, well, that worked out great. You know, gee, this is fun, you know. And then a few weeks go by, nothing is said. Then you'll be sitting in a nice restaurant somewhere. Honey, will you pass me the salt? Why'd you get your little slut to bring you the salt? Oh, thank you. Waiter, check, please. Why'd you get your little slut to bring you the check? Oh, you're sitting there with a dessert fork and you're like, waiter, waiter, you little slut. Very important.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think a clean break is better.
Well, I know what you're talking about. It's,
Yeah.
it's darn difficult. But anyway,
Really.
your wife's a lovely woman, and congratulations.
Well,
and
thank you.
it'll be nice to have her in New York City.
yes.
I know how the folks, are they going to come,
Oh, Mom
come
and Dad
down
Leno?
from Boston?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, they'll be coming down via Conestoga wagon. They'll be down for the weekend. Well, it's fun to have the folks come down. You know,
Well, they should be very proud of you.
See, here in New York, we get the old round folks, you know, little round moms, that little iron tank model from Eastern Europe, you know. California, the moms, you know, they wear halter tops and, you know, that kind of thing. Grandmothers there with names like Bambi and Muffin, you know. Here in New York, you get the kind of moms that iron socks, you know what I'm saying? They iron the toe of the socks in case your shoe falls off someplace important. People know you come from a good home. That's a very important thing there. But it's nice to have them come down. My dad will be coming along.
How old's your dad?
Angelo.
Yeah.
75.
What's his name?
Angelo.
Angelo
That's a good
Leno.
Italian name.
Yeah, now your mom's Scottish and your father's Italian.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Which is not. And I saw your mom on Parents.
That wasn't my mom, that was an actress.
Oh, was an actress
Yeah,
playing her?
yeah.
Now, was your mom
My
pretty
mom
strict?
refused
now, was
to
she
come.
strict? Was she strict? Obviously not as a child.
No,
The lack of discipline, the
I think
aberrant
they were-
behavior, the erratic.
The aberrant behavior?
Aberrant behavior,
Yeah.
yes. When you work Carnegie Hall, these are the kind of words one uses.
No, I guess it was...
You never got the mom silent treatment?
Is that?
You know that kind of thing where you have to
Oh,
go
did
to
I
your
ever
room?
get the
Yeah.
mom silent treatment?
We have to think about what you've done.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind it so much. My mom would come in the room and she'd like dust around me, you know. And the worst part would always be when your mom would start singing, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. I know what you're doing. I had a son once.
No, that's no good.
No.
Now, did you see the big telecast last night?
the Oscars?
Around the world, 1 billion
Yeah,
people.
you know, I like the Oscars. I'm glad for people that won, but I wish they wouldn't do production numbers on movies that don't have production numbers. You know, like Chorus Line, I don't mind. You know, when they have a production number for Witness, you know, that kind of, oh, those Amish, aren't they farmish? They're just I like the assumption that people don't understand anything that's going on. Like they have Huey Lewis in the news. Now,
Yeah.
Tremendous rock star, tremendous moment. Do we really have to hire gyrating teenagers to do the frug in front of them? I mean, you know, are the real people sitting home going, oh, apparently this looks like some kind of rock and roll number.
But overall, did you like the telecast? I thought Robin Williams was very funny.
Robin was very funny.
Yeah,
Frank Boom Boom Valenti,
Yeah.
whatever his name. That was very funny. No, Robin is good. Robin is always good.
Yeah.
Robin is always good. Now, did you watch as well?
I watched the entire show.
You did. Now you watched the whole show?
I watched the entire, yeah. I had room service and watched the whole show.
Room service in
Yeah.
your home?
No, not in my home.
Oh, you weren't home last night?
No, I wasn't home last night.
Oh, so where were you?
A lot of personal problems.
With
I tell you what, let's do a commercial here, and then
All right.
we'll come back and we'll continue visiting with Mr. First Nighter here, Jay Leno. Oh, there you are. We'll be right back. Okay, Jay Leno is back here. Did we mention it's Saturday night at Carnegie Hall?
Saturday night. at
Sold
Carnegie.
out, big success.
Just about. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, Wilmington Opera House in Wilmington, Delaware.
The Opera House.
Well, thank you very much. Obviously, a patron patriotic. Patron of the arts.
Yeah. No. You know, I saw you were kind enough to let me see your cable television
was
program special that you're doing for what operation is it?
For Showtime, we did a.
These operations are all on their last legs, by the way.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a little different cable show.
It's a great show.
Well, it's clean, which is unusual. This
Yeah.
is the first time cable's experimented with anything clean.
But for people who are accustomed to seeing you do your stand-up or on this
Well,
show
there's
or
some
other
stand-up
shows,
in it, but it's
yeah.
essentially a docu-comedy, Dave.
Yeah.
It's a gag-u-drama, I guess you'd call it. It's pretty much
gag-u-drama.
Gag-u-drama, packed with infotainment.
Infotainment.
Infotainment is the key word of the 80s,
Yeah.
essentially.
This is the kind of stuff those GE guys will be talking
That's
about
right.
when they
That's
get in here.
Well, what it is, you know, it's called the American Dream, and I thought we should have some kind of a theme with it.
And you go around the country?
We go around the country talking to Americans about what they do, and we have a clip here, I guess. And what we did was we had talked to a bunch of immigrants. We went down to an actual swearing-in ceremony and asked people the real questions on the immigration test. And these people are from, like, Israel and China and Norway. I mean, everywhere. They hardly spoke English, but they got every question wrong. Right, rather. I mean, 19th president. No. So then we figured, gee, maybe we should go out on the streets of Chicago and talk to people who look like they've done well in America.
Citizens born in this country.
And ask them the same questions.
Yeah.
And this is...
Okay, this is, what's the name of the show, Jay?
An American Dream.
An American Dream, Jay Leno, coming up on
Showtime.
Okay.
There are those who feel our border should be closed to immigrants, that we're overcrowded. Still others feel the border should be wide open. Immigrants are the lifeblood of this country. Is there a middle ground? I'm talking with Colonel John Herrera, who's head of a new pilot program. Colonel, what is the program? How does it work?
Very simply, we randomly select citizens off the street who appear to have benefited from having lived in America. We ask them a question from the Citizenship Handbook. If they fail to answer correctly, we deport them.
Oh, I see. So to balance the drain on the economy of the new people coming in, we merely deport those people who the government feels no longer deserve to be here.
They don't deserve to be here. I think you'll see what I mean and select a citizen off the street. Sir, please step this way. Right over here.
Yeah, what?
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Enjoying your life here in America?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Would you please tell me who the 19th president of the United States was?
I don't know, Andrew Jackson?
Sorry, that's incorrect. Would you please step in the van, officer?
What do you mean?
Show my hand. Step in my way.
Hey, what do I do? Hey, let go of me. What am I doing, man? Hey, what are this thing for? Hey, come on. Hey, come on, you guys.
Not a bad idea.
He'll study up now. You can bet he won't fail the next test.
Oh, now where was that guy off to?
I don't know where he was going. It was...
No, I mean once he is in the truck. Guatemala, Honduras?
Guatemala. Again, there's a choice of places.
Anyway, it's a very enjoyable program.
It should be fun. That was Kevin Rooney is playing the Colonel.
Now, we have a couple of minutes left. I know you always have something that's burning through your soul. You want to get it off your chest.
You know, this is one I heard. I actually heard this 2 days ago on the radio. 7-Eleven's got this great deal. You know about this? Have you heard this? Come in for a cup of coffee, and if it's not fresh, you get it free. What are we doing here? Saving people a trip to the dumpster? Huh? They're going to throw in some curdled milk, maybe a rancid donut, too, to go with it. Oh, and I love it. You know, see, my thing, this is great. I love it when companies get very moral in their advertising. You seen these ads for Dow Chemical? They show the kid graduating college. Gee, when I get out of school, I can go to work for Dow and stop world hunger and eradicate illness. You know, they don't show you the kid's first day on the job. Where's the new man? Johnson, come here, listen. That Stop Hunger, Eradicate Illness program, yeah, that's been put on hold. We want you to work on the new death gel we've developed. Kind of a napalm in a tube. You'll,
the death gel.
The death gel, yeah, you'll be on a commission basis, so push on this. You know, oil companies.
Death gel.
Death gel. You know, oil companies are great for this, too. You know, whenever there's any one of these stupid, bogus oil shortages, they give you those stupid 3-color brochures, 50 ways to save energy. Hey, come on, gang, 25 ways we can all pitch in and save fuel at home. What was it, 2 years ago, they spilled 80 million gallons of oil in the Gulf of Mexico. They want me to go to the bathroom in the dark and save 3 cents a year.
So you got colleges coming up. You want to mention anything?
Doing some college dates. Well, I go to a tour of Oregon coming up.
Tour of Oregon. Oregon's a beautiful state, by the way.
Rouge,
you ever been to Oregon?
I've been to Oregon. It's a lovely state.
Yeah, it's a
You've got to get out of this studio.
No, I've been there.
This shoebox with holes in it that you live in. You've got to get out of here.
Mr. Leno will be at Carnegie Hall Saturday night, and then Points Beyond after
Mechanics Hall in Worcester on Friday.
Well, good. Nice to see you again.
Thank you
very much, Jay. Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen. On the Showtime special, Jay Leno. Look for that. We'll be right back here. My first guest tonight is easily one of the funniest men in America and a good friend of ours. He can be seen on June 13th in concert at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles, California. Please say hello to Mr. Comedy, Jay Leno.
Nice to see you, David.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Well, you know what came in the mail yesterday, talking about magazines and people who have things in periodical publications. This is the current issue of Newsweek, June 2nd, 1986. You turn right here to page 70, and there's a giant, very highly complimentary two-page spread about you right there.
I get so... Oh, thank you. Now, what issue is this?
I think it's June 2nd.
You know, I had a thing in Paris, Match, and Pravda today. I didn't even... Now, this is pretty much just for the United States.
North America, probably.
Jeez,
so.
I had no idea. I guess I'll have to keep track. You work so much on the road, you can hardly keep
it's very impressive.
Yeah.
How about you having a good holiday?
Had a good holiday. Now, were you involved in the Hands Across America thing by any chance?
You know, coincidentally, went right through my living room.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I watch it. Now, it's a good cause.
Sure, they're trying to feed...
No, it is. But, you know, unfortunately, this is the way people think we affect social change now in America, right? I mean, we hold hands across America. We have a rock concert. We have a comedy show. It's amazing no one has thought to use probably our best tool for social change. Huh? It's called voting. Do we vote once in a while? Huh? I mean, no, wait. I mean, do I really have to stand in a ditch out of my neck and water holding hands with Robert Blake to accomplish something? You know, I watch the news. Now, see, these are all wonderful people that did this. And
absolutely.
You know, it is a good cause, and all these countries seem to hate us. You know, I turn on the news, all these countries seem so mad at us. Now, we seem like nice people.
Yeah. Well, why would that be?
Well,
why do you think they hate us?
I had an incident happen to me to make me kind of understand why, especially poor countries don't like us, and it's true. I went into Toys R Us to buy my nephew a present the other day, and I see piled against the wall stacks and stacks of this game, Mr. Potato Head.
Been around?
How do you explain
for years.
To people in other countries that in America we grow food for amusement purposes? Imagine trying to explain Mr. Potato Head to some kid from Biafra. See the potato, Kimber? Oh, Kimber, eat potato. No, Kimber. No, Kimber. No. You don't want to eat the potato, Kimber. You put this little hat on it. Oh, Kimber, eat the hat. No, Kimber, don't eat that. No, this is the only country in the world, rather, where we play with food that we grow and food that we make out of chemicals we eat.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take a chicken McNugget, you can bury it in the earth for 500 years. 500 years from now, somebody will dig it up and go, oh, look, a chicken McNugget. Now, what's the thing Burger King has? Now, they have tender strips. Have you seen this?
No.
This is the competing...
Tender strips of chicken?
Yeah. I love to watch Burger King and McDonald's because they always compare themselves to each other. Neither will take the chance of comparing themselves to real food. I tell you something. You can take a box of chicken strips or tender McNuggets, whatever. You can put them right in front of a chicken. A chicken will look in there and go, I see nothing here that offends me. This isn't cannibalism. I can eat this. You know what's happening to food? This is a true story. I was in Nashville last week. I had to rent a car. I'm driving down the street. I want to get something to eat. I pull into Kentucky Fried Chicken. Absolutely true story. I go in there. I tell the girl, let me have 2 breasts and a wing or something. The girl's got the thing, and this is true. She's using the little tongs. She's putting the box. She drops a piece of chicken on her arm, and she goes, ooh, some of it got on me. The other kid comes out. He's got a thing full of sand. Are you okay? You know, a bucket of sand. I'm like, what's in this stuff? What's in it?
A bucket of sand, huh?
I don't understand.
Yeah. So you're back in New York now.
I'm back here.
And I know you love coming to New York because your first true love is the live theater.
Oh, the live theater.
You get a chance to go to...
So many shows.
You get a chance to go to some...
Well, what shows have opened? Cobra just opened here in New York.
Yeah.
What's this about, huh? Another Stallone, huh? What do you think this one's about, David? Maybe a young boy coming of age in a small Midwestern farm during the Depression? You know, why are these movies so violent? Why are they so... You know, we have a VCR. My wife said, let's rent a movie the other night. I said, okay, I'll go down to the tape place to rent a movie. I said, what's a good movie? My wife and I want to watch a movie. This is a true movie. He brings out a tape called Faces of Death.
Oh, I've heard about that.
I heard about
yeah,
this tape, and I said, no,
grisly.
what is this? It's a tape of people who have been, like, accidentally killed on camera. You know, the sad thing is, Dick Clark has bought the rights to this thing. And he's releasing it under the new title, Fatal Bloopers.
Fatal bloopers. Okay, we have to do a commercial here. Do me a favor. Give me a little more Kimba asking for the potato again.
Kimba.
One more.
You can't. Don't mock me on these things.
We'll do a commercial. We'll be back here. More with Jay Leno. Now, did you read the article?
Yes, I did. Actually,
Very nice
I read
article.
it between the break.
Yeah,
Yes,
very
I
nice
had a few
article.
moments.
And there's, I'm lucky enough to have a picture of myself in there with you.
You know, I fought with them.
Thank you, I
said,
appreciate
Can you
that.
get a picture of my friend?
Now, you
Dave
take a
somehow?"
great picture here. There's several pictures of you. One there working with your motorcycle engine.
yes, I
yeah.
am.
Another with you riding in what looks like a limousine.
Yes, it just
Yeah.
looks like a limousine.
And then they're all nice pictures until you get to the one of me. I look like somebody you'd hire to come in and rake your yard.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a very good picture.
No, I don't take nice pictures.
To see ourselves as others see us.
Anyway, do you
I read this magazine.
yeah.
I read a lot of magazines. You know, I get a kick out of these men's magazines. You know, it's interesting. I guess Playboy and Penthouse, those are supposed to be the pinnacle of the
would
men's
think so.
magazines.
Sure.
I like to move along that journalistic food chain to the next level of men's magazines, you know? Not quite as sophisticated. Nugget, Jugs, Beaver, Swank, you know? I mean, not as many articles by Gore Vidal in these particular magazines. You know, it's funny, you look at Playboy and Penthouse, and the women all have that glow, you know? They have that sheen, you know? You get down to that next level, and the women don't so much as glow. Many of them have, like, tire marks across them, you know? You know, one pupil bigger than the other. And
I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm sorry. One pupil bigger than the other. Neurological problems. Yeah.
And they always have that look on their face like, can I have my money now? Can I have my money now? Actually, my favorite is
one pupil. Now, what do you suppose
one
would
pupil
cause
bigger
that to
than the
happen?
other. I have no idea. I am not an optometrist. But the best ones are the real lowball magazines.
Do
Argosy.
Kimba again. Come on. Do a little.
Kimba. No, I'm not going to do Kimba. These are great jokes.
Sorry. All right, when you're done with the jokes, let's come back.
Scratches on the back. Anyway, listen. You knew. No, this is a serious journalistic problem.
All right. Okay.
You ever read the real cheap men's magazines?
No,
Argosy?
I don't, Jay.
Or True Men's Adventure? See, True Men's Adventure is the best because they always have depicted on the cover such actual True Men's Adventures as like U.S. Marines fighting Nazi women in metal bras and panties with machine guns. You remember that big turning point in the war, huh? Bunch of ragtag Marines against Hitler's elite D-Cup squad. You don't read about those battles.
No, you don't. It's a shame, too.
It's a shame. Usually, see, the cheaper the magazine, the more macho the sex,
Yeah.
which is an interesting thing for Dr. Ruth, I suppose, or something. See, at least Playboy Penthouse, at least when they show naked people making love, there's no caption. You can pretty much figure out what's going on. You know, the cheap magazines, the men never make love. There's always a macho reason, you know. It's always like, I was captured by the Amazons of Brazil. I had to sleep with them all. They were going to kill my buddy. You know, what a guy. What a man. Takes a special kind of hero.
Yeah. Now, you know, we read in this Newsweek article, and we can pretty much figure out that you're a pretty wealthy guy.
I'm not a wealthy guy.
You're
I'm
doing
but
all
a
right.
simple man who journeys from town to town with tiny skips.
But now I understand you're now a product spokesman?
I am the spokesman for Doritos. Yes.
Doritos.
Yes, Doritos.
People are applauding this.
You know, some guys do it for money. Me, it's just
the love of the product.
The love of the product.
Yeah. Now, what you said earlier about the chicken McNugget pretty much applies to that. I would think. I would think so. 500 years, I think you could dig these up.
Oh,
and,
no, all natural. The Aztecs used to eat these. All natural.
No, thank you very much. I have a show to do.
Yeah.
So now, will we be seeing you in supermarkets and stuff and big cardboard cutouts? Jay says, buy them by the bag.
No. I will probably speak to groups of college students and various businesses.
Let me get you a napkin to wipe that stuff off your hands. Here you go.
Why, thank you, David.
So then what else?
Boy, I am refreshed. I could go on for another whole segment.
Is it time for What's Your Beef
What's
yet?
my beef?
Yeah.
I got two beefs this week. One is these experts. You know, when like this, well, not obviously the Chernobyl thing is a serious thing, but when these nuclear experts come on Nightline, you ever see these guys, these nuclear guys, they're always great, and they always say the same thing. Of course it's a risk. Nuclear energy is a risk. Everything is life is a risk. You cross the street, you get hit by a car, it's a risk. It's true, it is a risk. But if I get hit by a car crossing the street in New York, they don't tell people in Sweden not to eat vegetables, you know. And I saw something. I'm watching The Tonight Show the other night, and Carson's got Emmanuel Lewis on, you know, the kid from Webster?
Yeah.
And Emmanuel Lewis is taking karate now. And he does a couple of karate moves, and I'm watching this, I'm saying to myself, what kind of moron is going to pick a fight with Emmanuel Lewis? What kind of guy's going to be in a bar? Hey, fellas, watch you say, Lewis! Come on, pretty tough, come on! You know, why bother?
Yeah. You know who might pick a fight with him? Kimba.
Kimba.
Okay, it's time for the plugs. Where are you going? Where are you going to be?
You make it sound so blatant.
Me?
Well, you see, you think just because. Now, you know what? I have 15 cities.
You're going to be at the Universal Amphitheater.
I'll be at the Universal Amphitheater tomorrow. I'm in
June
Grand
13th.
Rapids. You ever been there?
Been to Grand Rapids.
The Gerald Ford Museum.
That's where I was.
I'll be there Friday.
Yeah.
And St. Petersburg, Florida, then Orlando, Florida, and then Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. You were there once with Tony Orlando, weren't you?
No, not in Valley Forge.
No.
Pittsburgh, and then
Tuesday,
Baltimore.
Westbury.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah. Then Richmond, Virginia. Then Albany, Coliseum Theater. And, Monroeville in Pennsylvania.
You've got a
Peoria,
whole
Illinois.
country to entertain, don't you, Jay?
I've got work to do, David. Rather than sit in a desk and do it on TV, I would rather go from home to home and entertain you.
Listen, congratulations on all your success.
All
Nice
right,
to see
thank you very much.
Come back, Jay. We'll pause here. We'll be right back. Kimba. Now, Chris, every time you're on the show, I know there's something eating at you, something under your skin, something chewing at you.
What's our beef?
Yeah, that's right.
What's bugging Mummenchance?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Oh, I got a beef here. We've got a beef. It's this new Burger King commercial. Now, we heard this new Burger King commercial. What is this? We're a Burger King town. Now, what kind of selective process is going on here? Well, yes, Mr. Mayor, we'd like to put up a Burger King in your town, but I'm afraid you have too many pimple-faced pinhead adolescents. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, guys?
Yeah, okay. Now, you're going to be at the Helen Hayes, right?
We're at the Helen Hayes right now, then we're off to Zany's.
Off to Zany's,
and then,
yeah.
We'll be at Funny Bones for a while. And then we're at Mimo's.
Mimo's.
So,
well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And
yeah,
as
we're
always,
in there. We're punching away.
Sure you are. And terrific job. Very
Thanks very
imaginative.
much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the talents of Mummenshine.
Thank you all.
Nice to see you. Very nice job. Thank you very much. Helmet. Nice to see you. So good. Ingrid charmed, I'm sure. We'll be right back after this commercial. My first guest tonight is more popular and more powerful than ever before. This man has television deals, he has commercial contracts, he has concert dates all over the world. The most recent being on August 29th at the Holiday Star Theater in Merrillville, Indiana. It's always a pleasure to welcome Mr. Comedy, Jay Leno. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm all right, I guess.
Nice to have you here. You seem a little,
coming in last night.
tough. Well, they had the big hurricane.
Big
Was that
hurricane.
a problem when you
Plus,
flew
I
in?
flew on this stupid new plane.
Uh-huh.
The Airbus.
Oh, yeah. The
I mean, this
A300.
Airbus kind of combines the worst of both forms of travel,
Yeah.
really, when you think. Kind of a flying bus. Who do you meet on a bus, anyway? Escaped mental patients, court-martial GIs, the indigent, the haunted.
The haunted.
The haunted. You know, we got stuck on a bus once. We flew into Denver. We got snowed in.
Now, you say we. You mean your
I mean,
entourage?
the other people on the plane as well.
So you're kind of a spokesman for the passengers.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, we were snowed in, and they put us on this stupid Sino cruiser bus, this rolling bad neighborhood. This thing, boy, this thing. The guy next to me's got in one of those pet things, a live syphilis accomplished germ. Gee, the thing was the size of a small dog, and vicious. They had a stewardess on the bus. They tried to make it like a plane. They put a stewardess on the bus. They had Nurse Ratchet running up and down the aisle of this thing. You know what happened to air travel? You know what?
It used to be elegant. There used to be a
Oh,
certain...
sure. It was the finest way you could travel.
You know, you see the deterioration in services. I mean, I'm looking at Delta. 3 years ago, their slogan was Delta, the airline run by professionals. Last year, it went to Delta, we're ready when you are. You know what the new slogan is? It's the younger slogan. Delta, we get you there. So shut up, sit down. Anyway, I'm on this stupid Airbus last night, and we hit
the A300.
The A300.
Built by a consortium. I think it was the
Built
Germans
by the French. Yeah,
and the
that's
French.
great. We can't fly over there, but we buy planes from them. Figure that out.
Germans and the French.
Germans and the French. Yeah. Anyway, we hit the hurricane. So for the first time in my life, I look at this stupid airline safety card. You know, what a lie. What bogus information that they... Like, it shows what to do in the event of a water landing. Yeah. Like the plane will land on the water. You know, it doesn't careen into the sea upside down on fire at 60,000 feet a second. You know, this thing kind of lands on the water, gently kisses the shore, you know, just... you know, and they give you the impression, oh, cover your drinks, you don't want to spill that ice when we crash. You know, it's so stupid. Anyway, I start looking at this safety card, and they show you, I mean, the information, it's such a lie. You know, first of all, it's all in pictures, because they assume if you're on this thing, you can't read, apparently. And they show you how to get into the life raft. You know, and everyone is so calm. And they show this picture. They got one guy, he's got his foot in the life raft, he's got the other foot in the wing of the plane. In the diagram, he's helping a young lady in skirt and heels into the lifeboat. This guy would grind his heel into her face to get out of that plane. Look out, sweetheart, I'm out of here. Get that baby out of the aisle. You can't get a guy to hold the door in the subway. Get you out of a burning aeroplane. Yeah. Across the hole. Then they show the woman. They show the woman in the diagram. She's got spiked heels, and she's stepping into an inflatable life raft. Figure that out. But the last picture is the best. They show the guy on the flotation cushion, you know. And they always have the plane parked on the water off to the side. You know, it's never like going down with a tail end up or anything. It's always parked on the water. And the guy's like this on his flotation. You know, he's got that look on his face like, gee, I guess we'll be a couple hours late getting into Kennedy there. Better cancel that dinner reservation. Where's that airphone? Did it float by here? Geez, I want to cancel those dinner reservations. Yeah, geez.
Well, I'm sorry.
So it was a nightmare.
A nightmare, yeah. What's going on in the world of news that...
oh, big fan of the news?
I know you're a big fan of the news.
Oh, I love the news. Well, of course, you know, Andrew and Fergie, I guess, yeah, that's who it is.
Prince Andrew and, what was her name?
Fergie,
Ferguson
they're back
Jenkins.
From their...
Sarah Ferguson.
Sarah Ferguson.
Yeah.
They're back from there, honey. You know, I like it when these people pretend to be just like us. You know, like they said she's going back to her job in publishing as a secretary. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. Except maybe her coffee cup at the office says Duchess of Windsor on the side. Oh, I love this new thing that they're doing. The Reagan administration has said they're willing to undergo drug tests. You know, I don't think there's anybody in the Reagan administration doing drugs. You know, you want to scare these people, you bring an IQ test. Oh, boy, then you're going to see some filibustering. Oh, boy, unfair. What did I say?
You're doing some Will Rogers kind of
That's
material.
right, yes. I never met a guy I liked. Playgirl magazine, do you read about this? Kind of a sad note. Apparently, they've declared bankruptcy or something.
Is that right? No, I didn't see
Have you ever read this Playgirl magazine?
I've glanced at it periodically.
You know something? Actually, I think all men should read Playgirl at least once, really. Because, you know, at least I did. You don't really appreciate how silly the women in Playboy and Penthouse must look to women until you look at these guys in Playgirl. Because it's essentially the same magazine. You know, they always try to show the men in natural settings. You know, it's always like here's Bob working on his dragster nude.
Working on his what?
Dragster.
Nude.
They never show you Bob bending over that exhaust manifold. Ow! Oh, another big childless summer for Bob. Oh, I'm spitting all over me.
Be a couple hours late getting into Kennedy.
Yeah, a couple hours late. Better get that airphone. Have you ever used that stupid thing?
You know, I've been on planes where people do use them, and every conversation is the same. Hello, honey. Guess where I'm calling from?
The plane.
The plane!
And they have the ad for it. They have the ad for it in the pocket. It shows a businessman, hang on, Jim, while I check my figures. That's what they want you to do. Put the phone down at $10 a minute while this guy checks. And it never works in a storm. It only works if you're going to land on time.
Yeah.
If there's any trouble, I'm sorry, the earphone is out.
Yeah. So what else? What's going on? How are your parents?
They're fine. They're fine, my friend. No, I saw you glance at that car.
We have plenty more leftovers, Jay.
I've seen them. You're in a lot of trouble already. That's why you need me here. It's called a severe diphthong.
Did you bring a severe diphthong?
A diphthong. I'm a speech therapist. Did you know that?
That's not a diphthong.
Well, it's syllabin S or something. That's all I remember.
Syllabin S? No, it was just a mistake.
Mistake would also apply.
Did you bring any of those, what are those snack deals you got going?
Delicious Doritos? I may have some right here.
We'll be right back with Jay Leno. Jay Leno is here tonight. Laurie Anderson is here tonight, and a gentleman who is a cryptozoologist.
Oh, yes.
That's a makeup expert, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
He collects extinct animals, or whatever they are, like Bigfoot. He hunts for them.
Right.
How are you folks?
Folks are good. I was just up to see them. You know, I
live in the Boston area, don't you?
Boston area. I just bought my mom and dad. It's one of the great mistakes of my life. I bought them a videotape machine.
It was very nice.
Yeah, you ever try to explain to a woman in her 70s how to use the automatic timer? Well, press the program, Mom, and then, you just get that blank. Yeah. When I told my mother, I'm talking about here, when I told my mother you could tape one show while watching another, you would have thought I said men from Mars had landed, Mom. It was like, oh, my God, no. Yes, you can do that, Mom. You tape one. Oh, how can you do that? Oh, you're lying. I'm not lying. It's a machine. My dad used a box that came in to grow hothouse tomatoes, so apparently it's not a total lie. My dad is retired now, which is...
What kind of work did he do when he was working?
My dad was an insurance man. You see, this is the thing, though. So many guys, I see other guys' fathers, they hunt, they fish. They enjoy. My dad, he keeps adding rooms onto the house, My mother keeps screaming, nobody lives here anymore. We don't need a third rumpus room, as my father calls it. You know what he does? He gets up early every morning, and he still writes angry letters to major corporations. This is all he does. Mm-hmm. I went home for, Easter it was. I went home for Easter, and over the weekend, my father bought that huge box of Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. It's like a Playhouse, the big giant one. It says outside the box, free M&Ms inside, okay? My father did not get his free M&Ms. That's all I hear all through Easter dinner, all the relatives. I don't know who the hell I think they are. These damn companies, I don't know who the hell they're dealing with. I said, why don't you write him a letter? I'll write him a damn letter tomorrow morning. He writes his letter to Kellogg's. He shows me a letter. I said, Dad, I think disembowel is a little harsh. Trying to come to an agreement with these people, I don't know.
But they're feeling good and everything's fine.
They're in good shape. Yeah, they're real good. They're real good. At least they were up until this tape date. If you've done anything to harm them, Letterman.
No, everything's fine. So what do you do with your free time? You go to films? Ever go to movies?
No, I used to like movies. You can't go to them. Remember, you used to go to the movies because the people on the screen were like you. Like Summer of 42 or Old Yeller or something. At least you had a, Old Yeller. Didn't you ever have a dog when you were a kid? No, but you used to go because you had the same feelings as the people. You sit in the theater now, you hear people behind you say stuff. I killed a guy like that once. Will you shut up? I went down to rent a movie the other day. This is the, I don't understand. The movie business to me is an amazing
crazy,
thing.
Isn't it?
Well, I go down there and they have a big thing in the videos. It's wacky, Dave.
Just doing what I can to pad my part here.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. But they have a big display for Heaven's Gate. Here's Heaven's Gate, the biggest bomb of all time.
$42 million it cost to make.
$42 million it cost. It's on sale for $59.95. Now, they couldn't get anybody to see it for $5.
But now, don't you think it's probably a collector's item? That's what they would market it as.
Yeah, for $59, it's going to be a real rare collector's item.
What's the matter? Nothing.
And, yes?
What's your beef, Jay?
What's my beef?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You know what my beef... Actually, here's my beef, and this is a good beef. Where's Chris Elliott? He's been doing me on this show.
Yeah, I know. He does a very funny impression of you. Yeah.
But anyway, we live in an age where our technology has far surpassed our ability to use it correctly. Mm-hmm. I went into the record store right here, the big one down the street here, and I see now on compact disc, Twisted Sister. Okay? Are they doing some subtle musical nuance that I'm missing somehow? When they sing Scream Your Parents, can I get the full effect on a stereo? Do I really need some kind? I went in the bookstore this afternoon looking around. I see complete works of Shakespeare, $5.95. Right next to it, 101 Things to Do with a Dead Cat, $8.95. I mean, don't you think Shakespeare would be like real mad? Very annoying.
Let's see where you're going to be.
Where I'm going to be?
This is my
Well, do you know
favorite
I'm doing Friday night videos?
Friday night videos
with
Brandon
Brandon.
Tartikoff, president of NBC.
Or Brando, as we
Call him Brando?
Brandy. You know.
Brandy? You call him Brandy?
Yeah, Brandy.
What does he call you?
Mr. Leno.
Yeah.
That's September 5th.
September 5th. Okay.
And then, I'm going to be in your neck of the woods.
Well, actually, it's not my neck of the woods. It's my home state. My neck of the woods is more in the
No,
central
no, no.
portion of
I
the
was
state.
speaking of a later neck.
A later neck?
Yeah, your new neck is Connecticut.
No, 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 no. Or we're you're going to be...
Take it easy, fella.
You're going to be in Merrillville.
There was talk he had been drinking heavily.
Merrillville, Indiana.
Maryville, Indiana.
Yeah. Okay, now
in
that's
fact,
not...
I just happen to have it right here.
That's not the neck you were talking about.
No, that's one neck. That would be August 29th.
Can I
Then
see
on
this?
the 30th. It's
Can I
all
see this
printed out right
dossier
here. There you are.
Holiday Star Theater. That's a big place, isn't it?
Oh,
big.
beautiful theater, yes.
And then the Civic Center in Des Moines, Iowa.
That's correct.
And
Thank you
then
very much.
Oakland Music Theater, Wallingford, Connecticut.
And you'll be coming up
another neck.
to attend the performance?
I come up and I'd like to introduce you. I'd like to bring you on stage.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you would.
Well, you say that like I wouldn't want to do that.
Now, you really going to come by? Because I'll get some cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers. Well, we know you.
I know you show people like that.
We know you get the crackers free, so maybe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Are we all finished?
I don't know. It's your show.
Well, in that case, I think we are. Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen.